everybody.
Hello.
If you weren't awake before, you're certainly awake now. Hi to everybody who was waiting here for us. Hopefully you'll see that we were prompt here at 11, ready to rock and roll, coffee enabled.
Rick says happy birthday, Heather.
Oh, thank you so much. Now, just so I'm being fully transparent here, today is not technically my birthday. We'll just consider this like the observation of it. On my actual birthday, I plan to go completely radio silent, no internet. I'm going to go off the grid, or at least ish, because I'm going to be Netflixing. I'm not really about to go rough it.
Nancy, Liz, and Mary H say happy birthday, Heather.
Thank you so much.
And hello.
Yeah, we can't go anywhere because of COVID. So oh, it looks like I'm turning 90.
Freddie, come on. Raise your game.
Wait, can we show them the action figures?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay, this is how he's got these balloons rigged up.
Got Freddie Mercury on the ground going, ah! Holding the 4 because there were 4 members of Queen.
Yes. Oh, I love it. How thematic.
And I'm getting tangled.
It's the hat. Remember, you have a unicorn horn.
What, quite. Okay.
He's getting it. But I just wanted to say thank you to you guys for showing up and hanging out with me today. I've got so much stuff, by the way, while he untangles himself and gets Freddie back in position. So he is, in fact, ready, Freddie. We are going to be showing you so much stuff today. So we're going to keep kind of a tight schedule. So for the first hour, we're gonna goof off. I'm going to do my eye makeup. I broke out I did 2 birthday things for myself. Well, 3 if we count this party. I bought the Natasha Denona gold palette because I struggled with the bronze palette. It was a little too dark for my skin. Now I know I've set myself up for a challenge because I've got cool base cheeks and lips going on, but I'm gonna see what I can do because there are actually some really nice neutral and cool tones in here. So I'm gonna see how I can make that work still, even with cool base makeup, since I like challenges. Why not?
Of course you have a Freddie Mercury doll. In the words of Will Smith, it's not a doll, man. It's an action figure.
That's right. Freddie has epic action powers. Okay, so what about the other figure? I thought you were gonna...
Oh, yes. Well,
yeah.
you were... Okay. And holding up the 0 in 40 is Heather's other hero.
It's She-Ra!
She-Ra!
The Princess of Power! I know, I'm 40 going on 8.
And I slightly overfilled the 4 because so Freddie is handling a balloon with lots of pressure. Dun 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 dun.
Oh, you didn't know you were gonna get musical theater today, did you? Like I was saying,
not very musical theater.
Hey, we're putting in the attempt.
Yeah.
So just no dancing because we're not really dancers. So just so you know what we've got going on today, I'm going to be doing my makeup, like I said, challenge, and then we're going to try promptly at noon. So we're going to make this a 2-hour live stream if you can hang out with us that long. The second hour, it's going to be like rapid fire, showing you a bunch of prototypes and new stuff. I mean, a lot of stuff. I'm going to be showing you an insane amount of wigs in the second hour of this party because when I play dress up for my birthday, I go hard. So
yeah, I was prepping them last night. It's going to be a lot.
It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot.
Pen Lady 5 says you're not 40, you're 18 with 22 years experience. That's one of the buttons we had.
I love it. I love it. So, all right. Let's bust out this gold palette. I'm not going to do like full swatches and all that stuff. I'm literally just going to do my eye makeup and rattle off what I'm doing. But part of the reason why I bought this for myself for my birthday was because I struggled with that bronze palette. It was just too dark. The colors were all very samey. And I heard that this one was a lot better for people who were really light complected. So I put on a little bit more of a gold base to my makeup today, and I added a little bit of Charlotte Tilbury Flawless filter to the foundation to kind of give it that glowy effect while still covering up the zits, because I need that. I have PCOS still. Like, got one hanging out here.
Amy.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna just put some stuff on. I want to keep it kind of like soft today since I'm going kind of bold lipped. So, I don't know. I might only do like 1 or 2 tones in here. Maybe 3. We'll see. We'll see. But I'm going to try to keep it kind of not my normal since I'm going crazy bold lip. All right, I'm grabbing my Wingoss 19 while I'm kind of figuring out what to smear on, Nigel. Is there anything you want to chit-chat about?
Let's see. Kathleen Ryan says, yeah, your skin looks gorgeous, very luminous.
Thank
Siobhan
you.
McElwee says, happy Heather Day.
Ah, yay! It's Heather Day.
And yes, Dora, I am going to make it a great day for her. And thank you. We appreciate you and love you too.
Aw, yes. I mean, we love these live streams. I get so excited about them that I cannot sleep. Last night, I was so excited about this. Oh, color of lips. I just saw that pop up. This is actually Clinique Chubby Stick. I love these. They're great. They're moisturizing. This is a Chubby Stick Intense Lip Balm. So it's highly, highly pigmented for a lip balm. And this is in Mightiest Maraschino. I love this because it's slightly shiny without being crazy shiny, and it's moisturizing, and it goes on really smoothly. They're very, very nice. You're super welcome. I think I'm gonna start with, I don't know, dude. I'm just gonna go with this Kava color. I like it. It's the sparkly one. I am wearing an Urban Decay potion, I guess they're called. It's like a potion primer, and it's in the color Eden, I want to say. So that way, if I don't put something, oh, there was already sparkle on me. I've been playing with this palette to kind of get used to the colors, and it's really, 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 really got a lot of mica in it. So I just was touching the palette, and I had glitter all over my fingers.
Good morning yourself, Serene. And Spikes Girl 74 says, what do you think of the new She-Ra cartoon on Netflix? And happy birthday.
Oh, Nigel, you have watched quite a bit of the new She-Ra cartoon.
I've watched the whole thing all the way through, and while I think it did take some interesting directions and did an excellent job of story building, character building, and world building.
I love the inclusivity and the
Yes.
snappy tone.
Oh, yes.
The snappy tempo is very cool.
Yes,
Without
yes.
being too snarky. I appreciate that.
Yes, I just don't like the art style. I think it's a bit too cheap looking, and I don't think the creators respected the original as much as they should have. But on the whole, excellent storytelling. And yeah,
That
so
there too.
I really want an action figure of Wrong Hordak.
What's that look like?
It's basically a failed clone of Horde Prime, who was basically ripped away from the evil Horde's hive mind and turned into a friendly sort of, hello, how are you doing? I love everyone sort of guy. And if you can imagine Hordak like that.
No.
All dressed
Hordak's scarier
dressed
than
in mostly
Skeletor.
white, dressed in mostly white, like all the other Horde acolytes.
No.
Spikes Girl says, agreed, that sums up my thoughts beautifully. Oh, great minds think alike.
That's
then.
right. I mean, at least they didn't do to She-Ra what the people who made the Gem movie did to Gem.
Oh.
OMG. That made me so mad.
Mm.
It made me so mad because Jerrica was super cool. Her dad built her a hologram machine named Synergy, which is also a cool 80s name. They got rid of all of that but kept Synergy as like her assistant. And they, instead of making her like the person who ran the orphanage, which means she's a woman with agency and an adult woman type person, they made her one of the kids in the orphanage. Not cool. Not cool.
Yeah. The thing people and writers and people who try to reboot properties fail to understand, doesn't matter how old they are, you can call us snowflakes if you like, but we just don't like the stuff we like to be changed much.
Oh, I don't agree with that. I like things when they change in good ways, but...
Oh, in good ways, yeah.
Hold on a second, honey. I'm putting sparks on right now. That is this kind of white color right here in the center. I'm putting some on with my finger because I want it to be really sparkly. I'm gonna get fallout. I already am. I don't care. It's my birthday. Glitter is in order. Okay, honey. Go ahead and continue your She-Ra rant if you like.
No, it's just a general fandom rant that...
See what you've started?
Yeah, that fans just, you know, they don't like change that much. So, you know, if you're gonna restart or reboot something, be gentle.
Or be innovative.
Innovative is good. I don't mind innovation at all.
All right. Well, I think I'm pretty sparkly. I don't know if that's coming across very well. I'll move my head a little bit
Thank
so
you,
you can
Kathleen.
see. See, I can't tell who you're responding to when you just respond.
Kathleen Ryan says, bingo, Nigel.
Because I can't see what they're actually saying, just so you're aware.
I feel the same way about when they make books into movies. Yes, Serene, I always enjoy the books more because they can cram more stuff in. You get more detail, you get more context.
I'm putting a little bit of Aurora, which is this kind of tealy color here. It's also very super sparkly, kind of in the crease. I'm gonna go full shimmer, why not? Party.
Pen 85, that eye color doesn't seem to have much pigment. Seems that way on camera anyway.
No, that is deliberate. There are some very pigmented matte shades in here, the creamy mattes, and I believe there's actually pressed pigment in here. Let me check the codes here. Yeah, we do actually, like, this Python color up here is actually a pressed pigment. So, I mean, there's a lot of punch to this palette. I don't want to really compete with my lipstick. I sort of set myself up for a challenge, so I'm sticking mainly to like really sheer, neutral, sparkly colors and this kind of teal color.
Liz says you may disagree, but I feel that way about Mary Poppins.
See, I didn't see the Mary Poppins remake. I don't know. I've kind of taken a stance against, you know, I've had friends of mine tell me how much they adore, like, the new Aladdin. I had a friend who told me it made him cry, and I'm just sort of resistant to watching them. I think maybe, and this may sound sacrilegious in a way, but I think maybe it's the way that Disney treated Star Wars movies kind of turned me off to the notion that they could handle rebooting their own franchises particularly well. But maybe that's just me. Nigel?
Sorry, I'm replying to a thing here. Yeah, okay, 3 years of dieting. Okay, right, sorry. Okay, happy 4th birthday, Heather says, Deirdre. Susan Randall, I've just responded to your question via text about Heather's weight loss.
Yeah, I had a gastric sleeve surgery, though today I'm going to be naughty. And then on the actual day of my birthday, which will be next week, I've decided that instead of a cake, I want Popeye's chicken.
Yes, and I'll be making her a strawberry rhubarb pie.
Yes.
That's the plan anyway. Whether or not it will turn out all right, that remains to be seen. Serene says, I'm the same way. I also haven't watched the live-action remakes of classic Disney cartoons. Well, Serene, when I was after my accident, I had about a month of when I could do nothing but watch TV and movies all the time, and I caught up on them, and it's just a cash grab. A big 3-hour, multi-million-dollar cash grab.
All right, since somebody said they wanted to see a little bit more pigment, I'm going to go in with a little bit of this, let's do Log and Python. I'm going to stick mainly to cool and neutral tones because there are actually a lot of them in this palette. I really love this palette compared to the bronze because it's not just all warm tones. You get warm tones, you get cool tones, you get neutral tones, you get pressed pigments, you get the creamy mattes. There are, what else is in here? We've got a duochrome that's like a lime green. I'm not going to be using that, but it's super cool looking. I mean, there are metallic shades all over the place. There's a chroma color up here in the corner, which is the first color I applied. So why it looks so sheer is because that's actually the chroma color, which means it's literally a glitter top coat. I just put that on top of the primer, which is in Urban Decay, which is in the color Eden. So I went intentionally kind of soft and kind of like champagne-y. But I think what I'll do is I'll build this up just a little bit more and towards the center and kind of blend it out a little bit, which means I'm going to go into this Log color, and I'll probably end here with Python in the corner. And I'm using the mini booster from Sonia G. I really liked the Sonia G brushes I bought, but I opted for the smaller of her eye palettes just because I've got this slightly hooded section up here. You can see right away how super duper pigmented this color is. Like, this palette can be very, very, very dramatic. So I'm just going to blend a lot.
Okay, let's see. Liz, thank you very much. I've been working at it. I'm below my college age fencing weight now, so let's see.
He's looking fly.
1085 says, what's your actual birth date? We're not giving out that personal information over the internet. She's a Leo.
Yeah. It's definitely next week.
Let's see. Happy birthday, Heather, says Sheila Elliott. Love your turban.
Oh, thank you. We offer these in the store. All the hats that I've been wearing are either things that we sell now or have historically sold. So if you like my hats, check out my website because I'm rocking stuff I sell.
Aaron Battle says, couldn't watch the new Mary Poppins. Painful. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah,
I
we
didn't
kind of
bother with
avoided
that.
it for the same reason. We were like, don't destroy my childhood.
Susan Randall says she's beautiful and looks amazing. Pen Lady 5, Kathleen and I want to know which primer you use.
Oh, for my foundation or for my eyes, because I use a regular foundation. I use Tatcha Silk, blah blah blah. It's, hey Nigel.
Yeah?
In the silver thingy there, if you open it up, there's a like purpley pink primer bottle at the bottom from Tatcha. And that way I can tell them what it is. It's great. It doesn't have that like slick silicone feel to it, and it's not too greasy. But I need a primer because
The liquid silk canvas.
there we go. I mean, I know not everybody is a good candidate for face primer, but I need one because no matter how much I moisturize, my skin's just really dry because I'm on spironolactone for reducing my acne and whatnot from the PCOS. And what that does is it reduces, I know I'm getting super geeky with it, but it reduces sebum production, so like the natural oil of your skin. So no matter how much I moisturize, I still need a face primer or else my everything goes on patchy. So again, Tatcha, the liquid silk canvas, great, super lightweight, and if you wear this on its own, it gives a really light blurring effect, and it is very, very lightweight. I love it. It feels just like a moisturizer.
Is that your eye primer?
That is my face primer, and then my eye primer that I used was the Urban Decay. It's like the one that's like a potion, eye potion. It looks kind of funny. It's got like a tipped thingy. I don't remember where I put my eye primer. It might actually be in here. Did I put it in there? I might not have. I might have put it
I
back.
don't see anything in there.
Yeah, but it's in the color Eden, and it's great. It's got kind of a matte finish. It's not my favorite of my primers, but it's my favorite of my pigmented primers. My all-time favorite primer is the Smashbox 24-hour photo finish. It's basically perfect, except it doesn't have a pigment to it. So I knew I wanted it to basically act like a base today, so I went with one that had a color to it.
Serene says you have next level blending skills. I would look like a raccoon if I tried that color.
It just takes practice, and good brushes go a long way. A long, long, long way. And actually, this eyeshadow palette is one of those eyeshadow palettes that once you work with it a couple times makes it really easy because everything is really smooth. The formula, I mean, it's a luxury brand, so the formulas are all very solid. Now, I've had a couple of her palettes where I don't like every single color in there, and some of them even go on, dare I say, patchy. But I have not had an issue with any of the pans in this palette so far, and I've been playing with it for a hot minute trying to get accustomed to the colors. And just for a little pop, and I'm going very, very light touch. If you look at how I'm actually tapping that color in, the bristles are barely even moving because I'm not really trying to deposit too much here. I just want to show off a little bit more of the colors for anybody who couldn't see how pigmented this was, because I was going with a really light hand just on purpose.
Okay, Liz and Kathleen, thank you very much. Liz is saying, I'm taking this as my birthday party. I'm the 12th. No one minds me divulging that.
Oh, happy birthday, Liz. Leos unite.
Yes, indeed. Julia Edwards, happy birthday, Heather. Love you guys. I'm brand new to wig wearing and anxiously awaiting my first order from you guys.
Oh, yay!
Please, thank you for ordering from us, and please let us know what you think.
Absolutely.
Let's see.
And I'm glad that you could join us. And I just way over blended that. It completely took over half my eye. So
Deidre says, what is the name of the eye palette brand?
this is Natasha Denona. And I mean, her stuff is not, I mean, this was definitely a birthday splurge for sure. This one is very well regarded though. Like if you watch reviews of it, it's almost universally one that everybody's like, I love it. And with good reason. It's really fun to play with, and it's got a lot of variety, like I mentioned. But I believe the price point on this was $126. But unlike a lot of eyeshadow palettes, instead of having a 12-month time expiration date, it has a 24-month expiration date. So you're actually going to get, you know, provided that you use it with a fair amount of regularity, a good amount of product here to use. I'm just going to run with this teal since putting more on over here is easier than taking some off. And I was very light with it anyway, so whatever.
You're welcome, Liz. And Anne Matarose says, happiest of birthdays, Heather. So happy to be here with you today. Thank you for joining us.
Yes,
Great
thank
stuff.
you. I'm so happy all of you could join us. I mean, at first I was definitely throwing myself a little bit of a pity party. I was like, oh, I'm about to turn 40 and I can't go anywhere. But then I thought about it and I was like, you know what? Okay, whatever. we can make cocktails, and Nigel has.
Yeah.
We can watch movies. We can like have a weird teleconference party. It'll be fun.
Grapefruit rose vodka for Heather, and Midori with ginger ale for me.
Ooh, I think I might need to fill in a little bit here on my eyebrow, honey. If you could see the purple pencils on the top shelf of my...
Loads of them, yeah.
Yeah, grab the one that's in the color, let's go with Neutral Nana.
Neutral Nana.
Yeah. It's the brow blade. I just want to pop some in there. Yeah, actually do dark drapes instead.
Brow blade.
Yeah, dark drapes instead. I know my eyebrow products by name at this point. I've got a billion of them.
Oh, crap.
Okay, so while he's doing that, I'm gonna see if I want to do any eyeliner. I might not. I might just go mascara today. Just for
Neutral Nana.
something a little different.
Third time's the charm.
Beautiful. All right, so this
We've
is
got
the
glitter balloons.
yeah. We're gonna be playing with so many things behind us. We've even got like a little toy chest behind us to play with, and I ordered these from Amazon and did not realize how many they were going to send me. So many. They sent me so many. So what I might do, just to be funny, is maybe when we're done with these, if anybody orders from Wig Closeouts or anything that we fulfill from our warehouse, just send them a little party favor.
I want the little green penny racer.
Okay, well here, you grab what you want, and then I'll do my little thing with the toys when I'm done with
penny racer.
all of this stuff.
We got stamps. We got a spider, and a caterpillar, and a bumblebee. We got mini slinkies with happy faces on them. Penny racers, tiny yo-yos, raffles, and little maze games.
By the way, I'm about to apply some mascara. After I curl my eyelashes, before you go on about toys, honey, I want to tell them about my eyelash curler, because this was a revelation for me, and I'm super stoked to talk about it. I was having a heck of a time finding an eyelash curler that would actually curl all my eyelashes without pinching my eye, because I have really round eyes. And if you're ever, I mean, they're getting slightly, you know, this droopy skin that everybody gets, so whatever. But I still don't have like hooded eyes. I've got quite a bit of space to work with. So if you have issues with blending, consider whether or not you have hooded eyes, because if you have hooded eyes, that's gonna make it's gonna make a little bit of makeup look like like it gets swallowed. Well, yeah, it all gets kind of swallowed up under the hooded portion. So you always want to aim a little higher, and usually a little bit less is more. But I am fortunate that I still have quite a bit of real estate to play with up here. But it gets caught in the curlers, and I have like a small collection of eyelash curlers because I've been struggling to find the right one.
That answers your question. Does she curl her lashes?
I do. I have this little one because Robert Welsh suggested getting one of these little ones and using them upside down. That's all right, but I'm not coordinated enough for all that. So I found this one, which is the Japanesque. I believe this is the Extreme. And it's got a really intense curve to it, which is great for round eyes. And if you're ever wondering, like, if you have a round eye shape, for me, it's really easy to determine. Because if I stare straight on, like straight ahead into a mirror, with like my head being level, I can actually see some of the white portion under my eye. That's usually a trait that you'll find with like round eyes, and that would explain why every time I would try to curl my lashes, I would end up getting them caught in the curler, and it just hurts like the dickens. But this curler doesn't do that, which I love, and it's actually curved enough that it actually gets all of my lashes at the same time, which is another thing that I don't really encounter with eyelash curlers. So I was pretty stoked to find this one.
Okay, let's play some comment catch-up. Spikes Girl says, only a little after 8 a.m. here, too early for alcohol. Well, it's only 11:30 here.
It's a party.
Yeah, and besides, if you drink rum, you can say you're a pirate. Proper job.
Arr.
Let's see. D says, found you after searching for 10 minutes. Sorry I'm tech challenged, I guess. Happy birthday, dear Heather.
Thank you so much.
I'm
glad you could join us.
Kathleen says, lol, definitely. Hooded eyes are fun. Not. Jackie from South Dakota says, happy birthday, Heather, and thanks for doing the party on a Saturday so I can catch you.
You're welcome. And some folks from Australia said last time that they had difficulty watching us because we had it so early, so I bumped it up an hour to see if it would make it a little easier for them. I'm putting on some Makeup Forever Smoky Stretch Mascara.
Elisa says, we are in COVID, time is meaningless, drink anytime.
That's right.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, obviously not when I'm doing website work or you
driving.
know, or customer service, but this is different.
Robin says, happy 40th, Heather, you are a beautiful soul, enjoy a fantastic decade.
You guys are so nice.
Peter says,
Thank you.
Heather, your eyes are so amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I mean, I'm glad that they look good because they sure don't function that well. They gotta have something going for them. And the thing is, like with round eyes, you're way more likely to be nearsighted. And I am definitely nearsighted.
Yeah.
So anything else going on, Nigel, honey? I can't really
Yeah.
talk much while I'm doing this because I will
Yeah.
smear it all over my face.
Spike Trail says, what brand is that curler again?
That's
the
a
small one.
or the little one is, oh, I always fudge the name of this brand. It's, here, I'll have you pronounce it because it's a Japanese brand.
Ah.
Yeah.
Shiseido.
There we go.
That's Shiseido. Shiseido. There you go.
Thank you, honey.
Most welcome. Have a
That-
jolly good birthday, Heather, says Eva Shippy. Love those British phrases. Cheers. D again says, love from your home state. OH.
I-O.
What mascara are you using, says Deirdre?
This is the Makeup Forever Smoky Stretch. It's got a really nice applicator. It's a fairly new mascara. I like to keep my eyeshadow palette sometimes a little bit longer than I should because powders don't always expire right away. I always try to pay attention to the consistency and whether or not it oxidizes too much or, you know, if it looks gross. But I disinfect and clean my palettes pretty regularly, just like I clean my makeup brushes every time I use them, and my sponge every time I use it with disinfectant, so because I break out too easily to let them sit and reuse them. So with mascara, though, I don't play because I've gotten infections and styes and stuff, so I highly recommend if it says, you know, throw it out in 6 to 8 weeks, do it. You know, if it says throw it out in 6 months, do it. Don't try to make them last longer than they should because you can get an eye infection that way. True story. But this is only about 2 weeks old from the time that I opened it, and it's going on beautifully.
And the bigger curler?
That is, this is a Japanesque, and I believe they call it the extreme version. I got it from Amazon. I'll try to, I have an affiliate thing with Amazon, so I'll try to get a code together and slap it in the description when I'm done.
And Pen Lady 5, Sheila says, how do you see what you're doing when you put on makeup since you're not wearing your glasses? 10x magnified mirror? Question mark.
There is a magnified mirror down here, but there is also the fact that I have contact lenses in. I don't see as well with my contact lenses in, like if I'm reading fine print or something like that. It's not the greatest, but I can still see pretty well with them as long as I don't have to wear them too long. Because as my eyes get drier, things get blurrier. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that. I'm gonna just put a little bit extra on the tips here since I'm not wearing a liner.
Ah, good stuff, good stuff.
Anything else, Nigel, honey?
No new comments, but are you folks enjoying the decor? Freddie, you're dropping the ball. Turn the floor around.
That's all right. He's gonna do his own thing because he's Freddie Mercury, honey.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Beato's hanging out back there with a couple of bartender droids.
I want to pull a bit extra down here. And then I think I'm done because I actually am digging this. Can you guys actually see the makeup I put on? Because I was kind of light with it this time. But I want you guys to know that I don't just do like super dramatic makeup, though that is usually my preference.
Serene says, oh yes, definitely understand the dry eyes. I had to quit contacts entirely.
Yeah, I usually only wear them here or when I'm doing images for the website because I noticed that, you know, sometimes the glasses can pick up a lot of glare. and that's something I like to avoid. So yeah, Natasha Denona, highly recommend. Really, really pretty palette. Also, somebody recommended that I buy the Naked 3, or not Naked 3, the Naked Honey by Urban Decay, which I did. And I've been kind of playing around with it to see, you know, if there were dupes between the two and that sort of thing. So maybe if you guys are interested, I could do another live stream where I kind of compare the two, if you don't mind seeing another gold thing. And that's another reason why I kind of skimped on some of the gold colors today, because obviously I picked this ensemble and this lip. But that way, if you do want to see this in a subsequent video where we kind of compare the two palettes, I can kind of save some of the gold colors for that.
Robin Markowitz, Freddie, heart, 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 kissy face.
Freddie forever.
Kelly Stoff, happy birthday, Heather. Hi, Nigel. Hi, love the hats. Deirdre loves our hats as well. Party on, she says.
Hold on, I gotta show you guys around the room a little bit so you can see. Hold on, sorry.
Liz says it's coming across well, subtle and delicate. Kathleen says, yes, beautiful, looks pretty with the red lips. And Susan Randall says, how'd y'all meet? Well, Susan, what happened was it was at our workplace. We worked at a cinema. And
That's it. Here, honey.
yeah. Oh, hello. I'm keeping an eye on the comments here. We met in a cinema, and I was a projectionist, and Heather had just been sacked by from her job as a cashier because she ended up $20 up accidentally. So they fired her, and
No, they were in the process of trying to fire me.
Yeah.
You're skipping an awesome story. Well, we made a video about this, so.
We did make a video about it. But long story short, we met at work. We met at work. And for me, it was love at first sight. It took her a bit longer, though.
He was persistent. It worked out.
Yeah.
I want to show them around the room a little bit, so forgive me if I'm having difficulty getting this to focus on all of the things that we put in here. But I stuck the 40 in there, and there's like a little wine bottle. I bought this set of balloons also on Amazon. I wanted this to be gold themed, and I must have been incredibly tired because I ordered rose gold stuff instead. It arrived and I was like, oh, okay. And we started assembling this last night and I was like, all right, well, we can run with that.
Right. Annie Foss says, I love your beanie.
And
They're available on the website.
yes. I want to show you guys, I've had this lava lamp since I was 16. We finally found bulbs that work for it. That makes me really happy. We put our little love light up about a week ago. I put on that wig up there in the corner, she's got like little glasses on that say Foudy. Let's see what else we got. Oh, Nigel finally printed out one of our wedding photos because we didn't have any of our wedding photos to kind of show people that we're married. So, because we just got married in our living room, really. And so there's that. And then he's got his Beto action figure there. What do you have there, honey?
That's Beto with two bartender droids.
Oh.
He's getting his drink on.
Oh, well that's very fitting, I think. Speaking of which, we should totally do some of that. Here, I'm gonna...
Let me catch up on some, here's your drink. Let me catch up on some credits, some comments here. Let's see. Lol, I can see the glitter on your hands. Love you, girl. Happy birthday.
Yeah,
glitter forever.
it's everywhere.
Robin Markowitz. Lol, you grabbed the camera and your hand is covered in glitter.
It's got tons of it on there. I better take a makeup wipe to it, or else I'm going to bedazzle all of the hair I'm about to put on a little bit.
Michaela Beck says, good morning. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Michaela.
Liz Line says that video is a good one to watch. That she means the one How We Met.
Oh.
I did that a couple years ago, I think. Thank you. Let's see. Deidre Wagner. Natasha Denona blue purple palette is fabulous. The colors will look great on you.
I have Leela, but I haven't quite been brave enough to take the dive into the $249 palettes. But I do have Leela back there. I made a promise to myself that I was at least gonna play with the toys I have before I start dipping my toes into even more luxurious waters. Because I mean, I've got that. Oh, this is like one of my pride and joys right here. I gotta show you. I have a little, I mean, seriously.
That's why I put my Star Wars figures next to
yes,
that guy.
I have this palette, which is actually have the set. I have the Sith one downstairs. This is the Pat McGrath Labs Mothership Star Wars Galactic Gold set, which is another thing that I could use as a dupe, but I was like, I could dupe a luxury brand for a luxury brand. I mean, I could add that to the pile if you guys want to see this one too. But this one was part of a special release that they did for the last Star Wars movie, The Rise of Skywalker. But you can see it has way more bold colors in it, and they're all amazing. Oh my gosh. the gold colors that Pat McGrath comes up with.
They're special.
Oh my gosh, forget about it. One of my favorite palettes in the universe, and it's one that I've been wearing in some of the videos. If you see the shots with me with that cute little Alexi by Noriko in the melted marshmallow, where I've got like that really sharp, you know, color shifting emerald green eyeshadow, that is a Pat McGrath Astral Quad, and it is outrageous. The VR emerald color in there is stupendous. It is just so incredibly. The Star Wars palette, I see Deidre commenting.
Is it still available?
No. And in fact, that's why this one's so special to me, because this one was only released in England for a limited time at Selfridges, which is like a really
upmarket,
super upmarket,
really upmarket,
and it's basically just in London.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, and I had to have somebody basically buy this and send it to me. I was like, please hook a sister up. But yeah, they actually came out with this and a version of the what was the one? The I believe it's. I forget what the one is that they basically just restocked that has the crown on it. Kathleen has it. I can't remember what they call that one. But
Kathleen will chime in.
Yeah, but they did a rebranding of that with the Star Wars theme. But I was like, why would I want to go to all the trouble to order that one when I could just order this one that's restocked? But these are not dupes of existing products. These mini palettes. So I'm really stoked. I'm going to add that to the pile of gold things to compare if we ever do that video.
All right, let's do some more comments. Liz says, Harrods or Selfridge, which do you prefer? Neither. We've never been in either of them, or at least I haven't. Let's see. You are a wonderful couple, says Deirdre. Heart, heart, heart. Thank you very much, Deirdre. Eva says, makeup looks great. Outfit is darling. Is Nigel wearing a shirt with a Hawaiian print? Yes, I've gotten into Hawaiian shirts lately.
Though we bought this one in England.
Yes, this is an M&S one, I believe.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I think we're going with kind of an. I mean, I don't know if Zara is an English brand, but I know that this is a Zara shirt I bought in England. So.
Serene says, I love the lighted tree. We've got a couple of them. We've got a silver one with rainbow lights. We've got a gold one with golden lights, which we've moved to make room for my stuff.
There are two lights we moved to make room so Nigel could be in the video too. Look at the camera once in a while.
Oh, hi.
Yes.
Well, I keep getting more comments. So
I know. Well, we can catch up with that, honey. I'm still getting him used to the notion of the mysterious unseen audience that is behind the camera. It gets weird. Like if you've never made like YouTube content or like done a live stream, it gets a little weird if you're not used to it because you're like talking into a wall or like talking into your cell phone. And once in a while you have to go, does anybody actually want to hear this? But it's cool with the live streams because you guys will tell me, you know, this is awesome or hey, boring, you know.
Well, Serene says, didn't see the gold one. Yeah, we had to move it from my workstation, but we've got that one, and we've got...
We bought a second lamp. I am super excited about this lamp, because I figure in makeup videos, like this whole quadrant of the room where the door is, there's like nothing interesting. So I bought this vintage, gigantic waterfall of a fiber optic lamp. And that is going to be kind of like over here, like a glowing cousin It hanging out in the corner of the room. I'm very excited about it. Yeah. So we've got about 20 minutes left to go. Yeah. I figured we should play with some toys.
Okay. Let's see.
I want to play with some toys.
Let's see.
They're slinkies.
Liz says, oh Lord, yes, I love that green shadow on you, and love Alexi.
It's amazing.
And Deirdre says, I love that green shadow too.
That's the VR emerald in that Pat McGrath Astral Quad. It is insane. Actually, can you grab it? I believe
Which one?
It's the Pat McGrath Astral Quad small. It's in the small little container there. It's in a blue cardboard thing. No, smaller basket, honey. Right next to it. Right where you were. There we go. Good stuff. I'm giving him a thumbs up even though he can't see what I'm doing because his back's turned to me. I'm like instinctively, like it's like a reflex.
That's a Smashbox.
So it's gonna be small, blue, and square.
I'm looking for it.
Small blue square. Sounds like Brainy Smurf. I just think the Fraggle Rock theme to that, though.
What's the one you're
That's
looking
it
for?
right there.
That's the one, okay.
That's it. You found it. Eureka. Okay, this is, to be more specific, the Blitz Astro Quad Nocturnal Nirvana. Now, if you've never tried Pat Mcgrath stuff, this is a great way to do it because these Astro Quads are not even they're way less expensive than the Motherships or the Motherships. Motherships without any of the vowels. But these two colors mixed together basically or blended kind of ombre style together is how I got that effect. So outrageous, and those colors are called Blitz Aquamarine and VR Emerald. And the funny thing is, in my palette, they're actually not in the right order. If you actually look at how these are laid out, that emerald color is supposed to be here. So the pans are kind of flipped, but they're all there, so who cares?
You're getting a lot of positive response for that one.
It's outrageously beautiful. And this is $65, which is still not cheap, but it's way less of a painful price point than the $150 plus Mothership palettes.
Kelly says Nocturnal Nirvana should have been a wig name.
I might still use that someday, because I don't think they've got that trademarked. So we'll see. I am developing a ton of colors, which you guys are going to see in a moment. I'm just trying to get a little merry in the meantime, and I really.
We've got lots of.
I've got lots of
vodka, grapefruit rose cocktail.
Yes, that was my request. He asked me what I wanted to drink, and I'm a significant lightweight. So I don't like stuff that's super strong. I like to enjoy the taste of it and just kind of roll with it. So I'm not gonna get crazy here. But this is mainly diet grapefruit juice. So like the Ocean Spray 5-calorie kind with rose water and. It's
the Kettle One grapefruit rose infusions. Or something like that.
Yeah, but the rose water really dilutes it nicely, though, for somebody who's got a sleeve. But you want a slinky? We can have a slinky fight.
I want. Yes, I want a green one. I like
His
green.
favorite color is green.
That's close enough.
If you like Mr. Snuffleupagus. That's his name, right? Snuffy?
Snuffleupagus.
They've got smiley faces on them. I really do think we should give these to folks when they order. They'll probably be like, why are they sending me this cheap maraca? I'm like, why not? It's got a happy face on it.
Rosewater Cocktail, pass it around. I gave you the recipe in the last live stream, if I recall, in the comments of the last live stream, so.
We could always post it in the description.
All the details.
Yeah.
My cat would love that slinky thingy.
Yes.
What do you think? Dexter and Chubs and
Dexter
Penny?
would run from it. I have 3 cats. They don't live here in this home. Okay, so here's a little bit of a story. Nigel knows this whole thing, but my business partner John, who is not in this video, but many of you have talked to him. He's like a big teddy bear of a dude. He and I have been friends almost as long as Nigel and I have been friends. And he and I, okay, so in full disclosure, John is a gay man. So the two of us lived together in an apartment, and we built the company together while he was working a day job and I was going to school. And we had cats when we shared an apartment. And their names are Penny, Dexter, and Chubs. Chubs is the most amazing cat that has ever lived. He is just a big hug machine. And he lived like 4 years as a stray. So somebody abandoned this poor little dude. And he was a stray cat. He schmoozed somebody who thought this is a real story. Somebody thought that Chubs the cat was a girl kitty because when they brought him into their home, he ate a lot and gained a whole lot of weight, hence why we call him Chubs. And he gained so much weight so quickly that they thought he was a pregnant female. So they literally painted this cat's claws pink, put a pink bow on him, and dropped him off at an animal shelter. And then they were like, this is a boy cat at the animal shelter. And furthermore, Chubs was a neutered boy cat. He'd been part of a trap neuter release program, so he had his ear clipped and everything, but these people didn't know that. Can you turn the calendar reminder off or do Pixent? Because it keeps keeps blasting notices my way.
Apologies.
Yeah. He's on a new medication, so we've got a reminder that he's got to take his dose after this. Anyway, but Chubbs was so chill, but because he had, missing part of his ear because of the TNR program, and because he'd been on the street for so long that he had, like, some scars, nobody wanted to adopt him. So this little love ball was in the shelter for, like, 10 months, they said. So he spent up to 4 years of his life outside, wanting a home, and then 10 months in a shelter. And then when I met him, I'm like, buddy, you're mine. Because he would come to the door. Like, he was in this big enclosure with a ton of cats, and I visited him 3 times, and every time he was the first cat that came up to greet me. I was like, you're a good cat. I need to take you home. And that was verified when I went to adopt him, because the guy that was behind the counter, he was so sweet. He was like this sweet little 18-year-old twink. He was adorable. And he cried. He cried because I adopted Chubbs. He was like, this is such a special cat. Sorry to wax poetically about my cat, but he comes with this epic legend status because of all of these things. So lately he's been having some neurological issues, so John went and took him to the vet, and apparently he's fine. He's just old. But the vets loved him. The vet was very excited to tell us how much he loved Chubbs for being such a cuddle bug. So shout out to John for being a good cat dad and taking the cat to the vet because he was acting weird. And shout out to Chubbs for just being cool.
Joan says, love cats, love the name Chubbs.
Yeah, and he's got 2 friends, Penny and Dexter. Dexter is frightened of everything. So Chubbs would come up to you and he wouldn't care about the toys, basically, is how this all started with this conversation. Chubbs would just sit on you, and if there was a basket, he'd probably try to sit on top of these things. He wouldn't be scared of them or play with them or acknowledge them. He would just want to sit in the basket. That's Chubbs. Penny would stare at us scornfully. Like, she's definitely a cat. She's a wonderful cat. She's very friendly and very sweet, but she's definitely got that, resting bitch face thing going on. I love her, though. She's amazing.
Kelly says, lol, hilarious. Cats with stories are the best.
Yes!
Joan says, yes, shout out to John and Chubbs and Dexter and Penny.
That's right. And Dexter would run. Like, as soon as he heard this thing, he would run. Like, Dexter is the definition of a scaredy cat. He's adorable, but he is very, very jumpy.
He is a chocolate brown ninja.
He is.
You see him and you think he's black, but he's really, really dark chocolate colored.
Yeah.
But you try and take a picture of him and it's like black void green eyes.
He's like a blur with eyeballs. He's just a fuzzy void with eyeballs.
Liz says, what kind of people abandon an animal? Irresponsible people who have no business having pets in the first place, Liz.
That's right.
And,
but hey, they're lost my gain.
Yeah.
Totally.
And Spikes Girl 74 says, yes, please, maracas for all.
That's right.
Oh, these...
And they're like little stampers. Look at this. It's got like a little bug on it.
Heather, these are pull back, go forward ones.
And are you going to keep the green one?
I'm keeping the green one.
Oh, look, I'm not going to put this on because then I can't give it to somebody. But it's basically like a nose clip with googly eyes.
Oh, no, what it is, you put it on your finger.
Oh, do you?
And you do little dudes.
Why
like
do
that.
I think that one? Oh, that's so much better.
Heather?
That's so much better.
Mana.
You are a genius. It's a hand puppet.
I've just seen these before.
Oh my goodness.
Then says Liz, Robin Markowitz, yes. How often do you get to see your cat baby? Not as often as she likes.
No, not as often as I want since COVID. But when John lives very close to where our warehouse is, so literally every day when I would go to work, I would go visit the cats. And I would intentionally wear dark colored clothing because that's like a cat magnet. I don't know why, but they're like, I must get my hair on you. Like, they would love this outfit because it's like a black dress with emojis all over it. They would be like, I want to get hair all over your crown and your rainbows and your happy faces.
These are such cute toys, says Kathleen, and Robin says, OMG, Nigel, now that Muppet song will be in my head all day. You're welcome. Deidre Wagner, cat in box, utterly.
Oh my gosh. When we were first starting the business, obviously we didn't have the money for like a big warehouse. So we just had like separate rooms with materials in them. And sometimes there are packaging boxes when we would receive big shipments where we couldn't reuse them. And because we couldn't reuse them, we would just kind of toss them in a back room. And Chubbs would magically find his way into this room. No matter how hard we tried to keep the door closed, he would just figure out how to get in there. He's made of magic. And he would always find a way into a box. He loves boxes. I just bought him a heated cat bed because he has arthritis, and I thought that might really help him. But I strongly suspect, and I'm making John make me a video and send it to me as a birthday present, like of Chubbs to see, does he like the bed or the box better? I told him, like, make it like a taste test and put them side by side and see which one the cat actually decides to sit in, because, like, if I were a betting person, I would say even though I buy him this $50 heated cat bed, he's going to choose the dang box. Because cats. It's like law of cats.
Yes. Joan says, hey Heather, can't forget to wish you a very happy birthday.
Thank you. Hold on, but you want to do the noisemakers again?
Michaela says, box is my bet. If I fits, I sits.
That is right. Why is yours so much louder? Are you just blowing harder?
Because I've got a bigger lung capacity and blowing harder. I'm a blowhard, Heather. You know this of me.
That was a very loud version of polite silence.
Michaela Beck says, I love that song. Yes, so do I.
Which one, the Manamana song?
Yeah. That's why one of my favorite Star Wars characters is a Mana Man, because I can just think immediately when he shows up on screen. A Mana Man!
Oh yes, that grapefruit vlog is sinking in now. Is it that time yet? It's almost that time.
It's almost that time.
Hey, do you guys want to go see some wigs? We can just do it now, because there are a ton of them. It's going to take me a little while to get through them all. So, I think we should just do that.
Okay, let me go get set up.
Yeah, you get set up. I will just kind of...
Follow me.
You know, do this. I'll vamp a little bit. Until it's time to move in there. No, She-Ra, come back.
The second time She-Ra has been defeated by a balloon.
I don't know if you heard that, but he said that's the second time She-Ra's been defeated by a balloon.
Yes, I remember the original cartoon.
That's a deep cut, honey.
Oh yeah. It gets better, because when Hordak was getting this up, he's like, up and away in my beautiful doom balloon. Yes, he sang a pop song. Hordak sang a pop song. Life gets weird.
I'm going to touch up my Chubby stick. That's what these things are called again. Just because it's a moisturizer. It doesn't last as long. That's all right. I get like chapped lips all the time, so I'd rather deal with that anyway. I'm super excited, you guys, to show you all of these wigs. I was very happy that most of my samples arrived in time to do this. Not all of them, though. There's still a couple more boxes we're waiting on, and they're probably not going to arrive in time. But we'll make the announcement about this stuff when it's all here. And I even got some more prototypes to make later in the fall. I'm going to kind of review them. I'm interested in the idea of developing different lengths of shags without permatease, like kind of using the Ambrose cap design, because I like how that kind of lays sort of flat. Fallon is going to be part of the lineup. We're actually developing Fallon in a bunch of colors. I saw Deidre say that. Hey Liz, that's a great idea. I will probably do another live stream for sure, because I really enjoy doing these. Like I said a little bit earlier, I get so excited about doing these that it's like going to Disneyland when you're a little kid and you're like, seriously, and I can't sleep the night before. So I think, and I feel very bad for Nigel, because I think I kept him up most of the night. I don't think I fell asleep until like maybe 6 in the morning. I was pretty jazzed. And poor Nigel, you know, because I'm tossing and turning and I'm futzing with my phone. And he was having difficulty sleeping, so I went out onto the couch and just like watched some beauty vids. I watched some stuff about some of the problematic people in the beauty space. And I was like, oh, that's basic. And that's not like wig stuff. That's like the larger like makeup communities kind of having meltdowns. Some pockets of it. There are still some chill people out there, and I tend to watch them a little bit more often. Thank you for all the birthday wishes, by the way. I want to toast you guys for being here, and toast me, and toast my husband, and toast everybody else. Like, thank you for, you know, hanging out with me today on the observation of my 40th birthday. As I mentioned earlier, when my actual 40th comes along, which is next week, I'm just gonna go off grid for the day, because I'm on social media constantly, either for work or just to communicate with people. And I think I just need a day to kind of not, you know, maybe, I don't know. I don't even know what I will do with myself. like it'll be kind of like a test to figure out like, do I have the attention span for non-internet things? I don't know if you guys have ever tried to wean yourself off of this or take a break from the tech, but gosh, it's like really jarring whenever I try to do it, where I'm like, I had no idea how much of my day and how many holes in my attention I was filling with social media. So I don't know if that's a me experience or if that's an everybody experience, but I seriously don't know what to do with myself. It'll be kind of an interesting challenge for my birthday. How are we doing, honey?
I'm all set up.
Well, thanks for telling me.
Well, I didn't want to interrupt you.
Boys. All right, let's go do this. Honey, can you come in here real quick and grab some stuff for me?
Yes.
Thank you. It's appreciated.
What are we going for?
Can you take my thingy and that thingy? I'm not using words
Thingy
properly.
and the other thingy.
Yes,
Good.
I'm extremely articulate. Yes. What's the thing you say all the time? I'm known for my sesquipedalian lexicon and my lexiphanticism.
No, the phrase is, I'm a veritable ambulatory lexicon renowned for my sesquipedalian magniloquence and lexiphanicism.
What he said. All right, I am going to pop this in here. Sorry if you guys are still getting a whole bunch of my finger up in here right now. Give me just a second to mount this phone. Oh my gosh, I just flipped everybody twice.
Toast to everyone, says Deirdre. Joan says, I'm toasting right back at you.
Hooray!
Liz says, love your nails today, Heather. Wow, it's your solar return, an important day to set the year up. Dory Blanchette says, very, very happy birthday, Heather. Love ya. Heart eyes face, kissy face with a heart, kissy face, sunglasses, hug, hug, angel, angel, heart, 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 balloon, 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 cake, 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 I think.
You know your emojis. Wow. I have mad respect for that. I am all thumbs sometimes with emojis because I do most of my work on a laptop, and it's harder to access the emojis.
Harder to see
on the
what they are
laptop.
sometimes.
Yeah. Alrighty, I gotta put my grip cap on. Oh, do you have the timer?
Mm-hmm.
We gotta show them the timer. And I
timer.
gotta show you my dress too.
Deirdre says, you're funny, Nigel. Thank you, Deirdre. I try.
I got emojis all over me.
Emojis.
All right, we're gonna be timing this very strictly. 5 minutes per wig. And then we're gonna move on with my little thematic timer, because my last name is Hershey. So as soon as I put the wig on, Nigel,
Yep.
Go ahead and start that clock. And
Right.
that way we can answer questions, I can show it off. I've got my little swivel chair enabled so I can quickly move around in circles, and I may have to raise this some more. Or lower the chair. Ooh. There we go. Hey now. Hi,
Dory
everybody.
says, I'm the emoji queen, laugh my ass off. Champagne bottle, wine, cocktail, tall cocktail, beer glass, clinking beer glasses.
That is right.
And Deirdre wants that dress.
Poshmark. I buy almost all of my clothing secondhand. Unless I'm traveling, and then sometimes I buy stuff just so I have like workable, wearable souvenirs. All right, Nigel, what are we
Right.
starting with, honey? Which style?
Let's start with the Belle Madame Nova SF.
Okay, before we do that, I want to tell you guys a little bit about Nova. Can you just hand me one so I can show them the cap? I want you to hand me one at a time.
All right, just a second. There you go.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and move those because they're going to reflect light. Just to hand me a wig at a time. Thank you. I told him this yesterday, but we were doing a lot of stuff yesterday, so he just kind of forgot. So I want to show you a little bit about the cap. What color is this, by the way? This is mocha.
That's mocha.
Yeah. I wanted to bring this wig to the site, and I'm gonna...
Should I start the fiver?
No, not at all.
All right.
I'll let you know. I'm lowering some of these side lights so I can actually like see you guys and it's not all glare. I want to make sure you can actually see the colors and the styles well. I may even lower the chair just a little bit more. There we go. I intentionally wanted to find something that would be good for summer wear that would not be super duper expensive. Even though I just finished showing you a kind of expensive eyeshadow palette when it comes to the stuff I'm actually trying to sell, I want to make sure that I'm not being tone deaf and only showing you really expensive things during a global pandemic. It just doesn't seem like a great idea to me. So when I was thinking about what style to bring to the site next, I was like, I want to bring you guys something open capped with a lace front, because that's a great cap construction for a lot of people. And it's got a really beautiful cap. This is going to be small on me, guaranteed, because Balm wigs fit that way. And just so you know, on our website, we have to white label these. I'm very transparent about the fact that we have to white label these. It's because of the territorial issue. Denning Hair, which is the parent company of Balm, and I'm just going to be pedantic about this for a second. They're located in Germany, and they give a lot of preferential treatment to stores located in the European Union. And so those countries and stores in those countries have basically exclusive rights to the brand name. And being in America, I have to white label these to offer these on my website, which is also the reason why a lot of other stores don't carry these in the United States, because they have to create all their own marketing assets. They have to take all their own images, and then they have to market it as their own brand, which means I can't use any of their model pics, any of their color swatches, and I can't use the brand name, which makes it really difficult to sell these things, particularly when, you know, a lot of the reason for the price point is the reputation of that brand name. So what I'm trying to do with these is just be very upfront about why I'm white labeling, why I have to charge a little more for these, because I'm going through a distributor instead of buying them directly because I'm not in the EU. There's also like importation costs and stuff like that. But my hope is that if I'm transparent enough about these and I showcase them well enough, because in order to sell them at all, I have to showcase them to you. I have to make all my own assets, videos, images, and color swatches. If I gotta do all that, I might as well try to go above and beyond to really show them well and pick them intelligently, since it's a lot of money, time, and investment to bring every single one of these to the site. I pick the colors that I think work the best for the style, and then we just see how they land. And my hope is that even if they cost a little more on my site, people will appreciate that and they'll buy them from me anyway. So.
All right, let's do a little catch up. Apollonia says, love you too. Polly Pictures Limited says, happiest of birthdays, Heather. We needed this party. Toys, golden face paint, witticisms, cats, cocktails, toasting you and Nigel. Back at ya.
Yay!
You are great spirit lifters. LS
Right
says,
back at you there.
LS says, happy birthday, beautiful. Hello to you, Nigel. Hello, LS. On board my flight for home. Sorry I can't stick around for the entire live feed. We'll party with you in spirit. Yes, with those tiny little airline bottles.
Yes.
Have a great time. Love you both. Right back at ya. And happy birthday, Heather. John at Sister Wigs.
Yay!
Okay, are we doing the 5-minute timer now?
Yes, set that timer. And just so you guys know, I have this mirror. It is in fact a Jeffree Star mirror. I'm not going to throw it out because I already paid for it and I really like the color of it. But what I did was I replaced his logo with pictures of Pusheen. Because Pusheen, who doesn't love Pusheen? Pusheen is adorable. So.
Joyce Cleary. Okay, hello, Joyce.
But I just wanted to have the mirror handy so I could make sure that I didn't look crazy when I go to show you what this one looks like. I love the length of this. I think it's very flattering. It does have permatease. And I mean, it has permatease. It isn't quite like Noriko. Like, if we're going to consider like Noriko wigs like a 10, and maybe something like Beltress as like a 1 on the permatease scale, if you're going to have permatease, this would kind of be in the middle. And most of it's like right up here at the crown. So when you see me try these different colors on for Nova, and I'm going to show you all the colors we're carrying today, you can actually see here that she's a little bit shorter on top, and she's definitely got a little bit of permatease. So that's a little bit different from a lot of the Balm stuff we carry. But I wanted to bring you at least one really nice, summer-appropriate, flattering, permateased open cap style to give a little bit of variety to what we offer on the site and to make the price a little lower. We plan to launch this on Monday, by the way, so if you're interested in picking up anything you see here today, the first ones we're going to sell are the ones that are in this video, because I haven't put any product in them or anything. That's not really what I tend to do here. If I put product in or style them, I let you know. But this one's really, really nice and short. All the measurements for this will be up on the website when that time comes, so I'm not going to measure them here today. I want to show you the sides. The ear coverage is actually pretty good on this. I find this cap to be really comfortable too, because like the case with a lot of brands like Raquel Welch is like this, and John Renault too, when it's open capped, it's stretchier, it's a little bit more accommodating than their predominantly monofilament wigs. So this is really nice. It's really nice for summer. It's got felt on the ear tabs. It's very comfortable. Here, I'll kind of stretch the back just a little bit so you can kind of see. I can't quite shove my hand up under here because Belmadonna wigs fit a little bit snug, but there's definitely a little bit of room there. And a little bit of extra space at the crown, but not much. This is definitely an average size wig, but unlike most Belmadonna wigs that fit like petite average, this one just kind of fits average. How much time we got, Nigel?
Couple 3 minutes. We've got a happy birthday from Eric Smegs.
Oh, fantastic.
And Kathleen and Serene say, how does this one compare to something like JR Ignite?
Beautiful question. Who asked that?
Serene says that, and Kathleen says, is it more like John Renault on their Ignite as far as permatease?
You guys are right on the money. That's why I had to ask who asked that, because you guys are clearly wig geniuses. Because the reason why I picked this is because it reminded me so much of Ignite, but it has a little bit more lift. Ignite, now, and this might be because my Ignites I used to wear a lot, so they've flattened out a little bit, and I'm still, my samples that I'm keeping for my personal collection, I'm still wearing around to kind of get the feel of. Because I rotate a lot of wigs out, it's probably going to be a hot minute before I really get a feel for what this is going to wear like. But just know I put that kind of work into everything we bring to the site. I kind of keep a collection on hand, which is why my collection is crazy right now. But I term. And if I find that something, like for instance, Hudson by Renee of Paris, when I find out that something doesn't wear particularly well, even for like a month, it's gone. Because what's the point of paying this kind of price point if it's not going to wear well? I figure that's part of my responsibility to you guys to make sure I'm saving you from crap like that. So this wig should be pretty darn durable. The fit is very similar to Ignite. Very, 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 very similar. I would say that the lace front on this is probably just slightly better, but really, really, really similar. But really excellent lace features on these Belmadonna wigs. I would say that the lace on this wig is definitely less scratchy, and it's not quite as firm as the lace you'll get on Ignite. And it definitely has more lift at the crown. I would also say that, don't worry, I'm gonna try on another color of the exact same style, so I will continue this thought in a moment. What's the next color, honey?
Penny Carlson says, oopsie, sorry to be so late. Happy birthday, Heather.
Nice to have you with us, Penny. No
Next
worries.
one is...
Here, take this one from me first.
Snow Blonde Root.
Cool. Okay, we're doing a blonde one now. Here, I'm gonna hand you the box, honey.
Okay.
Just hand me the wigs. Thank you. Alrighty. Teamwork. Okay, let me adjust my wig cap. This is the Milano grip cap. I kind of swear by these things. I know they've got kind of mixed reviews on the website, and I don't censor the reviews if I feel like the person is being truthful and doesn't have some kind of weird hidden motive for leaving the review they're leaving. But the review that's on there I disagree with, because she's like, this is a funky brown color, and I'm like, who cares? You're covering it up with the wig. But I like them. I think that they're really clever, which is why I carry them.
Hello, Deborah. Happy birthday, Heather, she says.
Thank you so much, Deborah. All right, I'm checking this out again just to make sure it doesn't look strange. You can kind of see some of those flyaways. Of course, if you wash this, that'll kind of go away. All right, go ahead and set that timer.
Done.
Alrighty. Let's see. Cool in the Gang is playing right now. You can't hear it, but it's in the background. Oh, actually, it just switched to Supertramp. I've got a weird 70s playlist going on right now, and I don't have it cranked up because I don't want to get dinged for copyright.
Oops.
This is Snow Blonde Root. I love this color. It reminds me a lot of like the Silver Sun Rooted by Aesthetica, but this color was around a little longer, which makes me wonder who inspired whom, or, you know, maybe they just evolved convergently. Who knows?
Serene says, I kind of love that blonde. Looks like the ROP melted marshmallow ends from here. Is it similar in real life?
It's similar to the ends of melted marshmallow. Definitely not the same kind of melted effect. And I believe that the rooting on this is really, really soft. What's the color code on this, honey?
101, 16, 60 plus root 10.
All right. the root is a 10, which is a light ash brown. So it's got a really beautiful soft root. And that's what that front hairline looks like. Let me see.
And Joan says you look adorable as a blonde.
Thank you so much. Sometimes it's not my comfort zone, but Belmadame has some good blondes. This is not quite like a Raquel Welch lace front where it's just the light color at the front. They kind of mix it up a little bit. It's a little bit light, it's a little bit dark. You know how with monofilament top, sometimes you get that checkerboard pattern on the bottom when the color has a bunch of different colors in it? That's kind of what they're doing at the lace here. It's not like super dramatic though, like you get on like a Louis Ferré wig. So it's still really nice and soft. So back to this compared to Ignite, I feel like the length is incredibly comparable. I feel like the back, really, really similar. Where I think the two styles really differ is that this has a little bit more permatease, particularly right at the crown. I mean, it's got like a real healthy patch of permatease. If I were going to compare this to a John Renault piece, I compare it to the kind of patch of permatease that's in the back of like Giselle or something like that. It's just like a bump it back there. And it's also got a little bit more hair here on the sides, which is really interesting given the fact that you know, Belmadame wigs are typically very light and low density. But I like that about it because I feel like I'm getting very good coverage. I'm not going to have to worry about the wefting being exposed. And I think that's really why they give you more hair with this piece, because most of the other stuff we carry from Belmadame has a lot more monofilament. And so they don't have to worry quite as much about, you know, tracks getting exposed. But, you know, when you're working with an open cap wig, it's usually a little bit of a relief to me to have a little bit of extra hair because it really does help obscure the wefts. Now I think Ignite does a good job of that because she's just, you know, low density all the way around. So I'm not trying to say that you're necessarily exposed in Ignite, but I think that the combination of the heat-friendly fiber and how stiff that can be on the Ignite, combined with the fact that it is such a light density piece, makes it look a little bit more like it's been styled. You know what I mean? Like heat-friendly fiber, when you style it with just your fingers because the fiber is so stiff, it just kind of stays in place a little bit more. Whereas this one, particularly if you wash it, will definitely move more like natural hair that has not had a bunch of product applied. The front of this one is also just a little bit different because on Ignite, all the pieces in the front are relatively long. And this one has some layering in the front.
Megan Nestle says, happy birthday, Heather.
Well, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for all the birthday wishes. I'm very happy you guys could join us for this. How much more time do we have, honey?
Oh, a couple minutes. Let me just get some comments in. Liz says, I prefer the mix at the front. Otherwise, the light hair make a band on the forehead that is visible in some lights.
I agree.
Jackie says, you always look great as a brunette, but this blonde is adorable on you.
Thank you. I love this color. It's very cool. Literally and figuratively.
And Kelly says, gorgeous wig lace so nicely, seems to stay off the face well. My head is pretty big. Is it stretchy enough? She's got a 23.5-inch head.
Same. I also have a 23.5-inch circumference. By the way, I said literally and figuratively and then realized it's not literally cool because whatever.
All right,
but,
there we go.
But
That's
I have a 23.5-inch cap circumference. Just make sure that if you have bio hair, that you restrain it really, really well because this is really going to be kind of at the limit. Oh, see, it's tight enough that my grip cap came off with it.
Swedish blonde root.
Oh, hold on a second. I want to show you guys before I put the Swedish blonde root on. The Swedish blonde is a light color, and look at the difference between the two. It's kind of like the difference between, if you watched any of the videos I made with the Trousseau or heat-friendly colors, it's kind of the difference between like their 88R and their 22R. The 22R would look a little bit more like this, and the 88R would look a little bit more like this, except these are rooted colors. Okay, here, honey.
Yep.
And wait till I put the wig on to start the timer.
All right, well, I'll give you an extra couple seconds.
Okay.
Let's see. Liz says, I prefer Victoria to Ignite. Yeah, and Serene likes that one. Very good choice.
Victoria is nice. And I know a lot of people really like Posh too, which is also very similar. But then again, both of those have way more monofilament than Ignite does. Now I have to tuck my grip cap up under here, so who said that they had the 23.5-inch circumference?
That was Kelly's stuff.
Yeah, make sure, Kelly, that you definitely restrain your bio hair. Well, I actually shave mine down to be able to wear stuff like this, so I have virtually no hair under here, as you saw. Plus, my hair loss is so profound at this point that it's more depressing to keep it than to just shave it and be done with it. Like, I don't want to see the hairs on the pillow, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, whatever, I can't be bothered. But that helps tremendously, because if you've got a 23.5-inch circumference and you're trying to wear this brand or Ellen Villa or Amore, all three of those brands fit really tight. And so, at least on me with my big 23.5-inch head. I also have, you know, it's not as flat. When I lost weight, I got a little bit more of an occipital ridge going on, but it's definitely still kind of flat-ish because that's just how I'm built. So just kind of keep that in mind. You might need to wear a grip cap or something like that and really take care of that bio hair situation if you want to pull this off. And really, that's good advice even if you don't have an average large cap. So
Liz Line says luscious color.
this is a very pretty color, and I think this is a little bit softer and easier to pull off for most folks than that Snow Blonde, because Snow Blonde to me is a beautiful alternative to a white or a gray. It's still blonde enough that it's not going to make you feel like you've gone full gray, though I am bringing this one to you in a gray that is dynamite, and I will show you that in a little bit because I was thinking of my gray lovers and this one was just too pretty to not offer. But Snow Blonde's a great alternative if you don't want to go full gray. This one's just blonde. It's real blonde. And again, it'd be a really great alternative to a gray because it's so nice and light, but it's definitely got a little bit more of a pretty golden soft undertone to it. It's still, like, I would say almost like champagne-y neutral. It's not crazy gold. Not quite beige. Does anybody have any questions about this
Liz
one?
says, like melted butter.
It's beautiful. But if you really want to go gold, the Danish blonde is where to go. This is the Swedish blonde, right?
That's the Swedish blonde.
Okay.
We do not have the Danish blonde, I don't
Okay,
think.
I don't know if we're offering that in this one, so yeah. I tried to be really discerning about the colors I was offering this, since I have to keep a stock of them at all times in order to sell them. We can't drop ship these. So I always pick like what I think are the strongest colors for any given style. What's the color code on this one, honey?
Good question. It's Monty Python's Flying Circus. 25R, 22H plus root 16.
Okay, so a 16 root is going to be a really nice sort of dark blonde color. Actually, more closely related to like a, well, yeah, dark blonde. It should technically be a little bit of an ashy blonde, but it's, I mean, the whole color has a slight gold undertone to it, particularly compared to that Snow Blonde.
Liz says, I need the cooler blondes. Wish I could do the warmer ones.
That Snow Blonde is great.
And Joella says, a marvelous comment. Do you have a blonde that's comparable to JR12FS8 or similar Raquel Welch?
In this style, I don't know if we're offering the closest color in the Belle Madame line to the shaded praline is, and this depends on your interpretation, but in my view, it's probably going to be something similar, wait for it, to the Vanilla Root. Now I know some of you are really, really good with these color codes, and you're probably like, say what, Heather? Because the color code on Vanilla Root, if I recall correctly, is a 1426. And I don't remember what the root color is, but it's the blend is a 1426. Well, not all wig companies have the exact same color codes that match up exactly the same way, which makes this very frustrating for a lot of you guys. But the 14 and the 26 from the Belle Madame line are both way toned down compared to what you'll get with lines from like John Renault, because their 1426 is going to be that shaded peaches and cream, or be the shaded pralines and cream. I get that confused because Patty called it peaches and cream for ages, but it's really pralines and cream.
This is the chocolate mix root coming up.
All right, chocolate mix root, but I don't know if we're carrying the vanilla root in this color or in this wig yet.
We don't have it here.
Okay, yeah, I tried to be very careful about how many colors I was providing because, you know, what happens is when you provide too many of a similar shade, people will buy a whole bunch of them, keep one, and return the rest, and that's a lot of money for us to be holding on to. We're a really small store. So it's really to minimize our risk of people kind of abusing returns to find their perfect shade.
Elisa says, I love this color.
This is a wonderful color. This is a really, really, really good brunette color. We're carrying this, and we're going to carry, I believe, the cold chocolate as well. Nigel will be able to remind me when he shares the wig with me.
No, we've got the chocolate cream root coming up next.
Chocolate cream root. I'm pretty sure I got this one in cold chocolate, but maybe not.
No.
Okay. I know I tried to pick at least 2 of each color family, though chocolate cream root is definitely more of a blonde color. Chocolate cream root, spoiler alert, when that comes up, these colors are going to be very confusing if you're new to Belle Madame, because you're going to see this, the chocolate mix, and so this is chocolate mix root, and you'll also see chocolate cream root. And chocolate cream root looks nothing like this. In fact, chocolate cream root reminds me a lot of something like if Envy's Cream Coffee and the Mochaccino R from the Noriko line had a baby. It's a very similar color. So when I put that on, you'll realize right away how different these are, hopefully. In fact, can you show me that one next, honey?
I've got it next.
Beautiful. You are super, super good at this.
Why, thank you, little lady.
Yes. You're an excellent assistant. I just need to get you in like some kind of sparkly garment. You could be like my magician's assistant, but like a hot guy magician assistant.
Can I be Igor instead? She loves it when I do this voice.
His Boris Karloff cracks me up every time because his eyebrows go like up to here every time he does it. Ah, and he can do he's done the Monster Mash karaoke and it's fantastic.
Elisa says, cold chocolate is also great. There are too few brunettes that are not too dark and do not have red in them.
Yeah, this is a good one because even though they call this chocolate mix, it's got kind of a nice cool undertone. It's not quite as dramatic as the cold chocolate. The cold chocolate has those really bold sections in the front with that ash blonde. This has similar coloration, it's just a little bit more even-handed with it. And let me kind of tip my head down a little bit so you can kind of see the permatease a little bit better. I don't know if that's focusing, hopefully it is. Here's what the front hairline looks like here. I love this color. Now this hair on this sample feels a little stiff, but that is not uncommon with short wigs because if they've got precision layering or anything like that, they stiffen up the fibers usually in the factory so they can really get that cut in there. So if you get a wig that's brand new and it's kind of stiff to the touch, but you know, otherwise there's nothing wrong with it, just wash it or dunk it in cold water and stick it on a wig stand overnight and let it dry. That's usually enough to kind of get some of that residue off. Now this is for synthetic wigs. If it's a human hair wig, you'll have to do a full wash and maybe even a blowout depending on the brand. Though I stopped carrying, just between you and me, I stopped carrying all of the human hair brands that require a full blowout every time you wash them. That is too much work. Good human hair should be able to air dry, in my opinion. And so I don't think it's right to sell a product when I know I'm going to have to sell 20 different accessory items to take care of it. You know, there's enough stuff that you have to buy just to be able to take care of a human hair wig that doesn't require specialty shampoos and glossers and stuff. So the more I can help you minimize product, the better, which is why right now the only human hair brand we carry is Frida, and we're just an affiliate there. Does anybody have any questions about this one?
Well, I answered Road Queen's ones in text when you were going. I've also had a couple thank yous to people who like my voice work. And
Yes.
Elisa says, Nigel, can you also do Peter Lorre?
You despise me, don't you, Rick?
Yay! It's so good.
Love it. Thank you, Elisa. One of my favorite songs by Tom Smith is called "When I Grow Up, I Want to Be Peter Lorre."
Yeah, we both really like old horror movies and like Universal Monsters films and Vincent Price.
We have yet to watch Comedy of Terrors, which features
Vincent Price and Peter Lorre. And of course, Boris Karloff.
We're theater geeks, can you tell?
Casablanca. Yes, Svengoolie. Check it out. Yeah, you mentioned that last time. We have yet to get around to that. All right, this is the chocolate cream root.
Boom. And I want to hold these up next to each other real quick. See the difference? Chocolate cream. I mean, it's basically a dark blonde / light brown. To me, this is like the best color to run with if you like mochaccino R. So I had to bring it because they don't offer this in many styles, and it's super cute.
Vincent Price was a world-class gourmand, yes, and the only person known to cook salmon in a dishwasher.
What?
Yeah, he had a recipe for dishwasher salmon.
I don't know if I'd be that brave.
Well,
To either,
it turned out all right.
I don't know if I'd be brave enough to A, use my dishwasher again after that, or B, eat that fish. Like, that's a leap of faith on 2 different counts that I would probably nope out on. Be like, burn the dishwasher. It smells like fish. All the dishes now smell like fish.
Heidi says, what a great couple you are. Thank you. Elisa says, this wig in this color is so beautiful. You are evil. I have to order too much lately and have no self-control.
I feel that way about a lot of things, so I hear you. Have I mentioned how crazy my wig collection has become? So I feel you.
Let's see. Megan says, you two are delightful. I think I might have said, no. You two are delightful, says Megan. Thank you, Megan.
Thank you. Here's that lace for you. I tried to tuck that grip cap under there. This one's definitely feeling a little bit tight.
Thank you, Kathleen.
But that's the brand. Here's the back of this one.
Ooh, Vincent Price cook. We got some Vincent Price cookbook owners in the audience.
I didn't know he had a cookbook.
Yeah, apparently. We gotta look that one up.
Yes, we do.
All right, let me...
But no dishwasher salmon.
No
Nigel.
dishwasher salmon. Okay, I'm gonna write this in the comments. Note to self: look up Vincent Price cookbooks.
Oh, pump up the jams on now. It's a weird playlist. It's got mostly 70s stuff, but then I had to throw in some 90s crap because I was like, I've been around a long time, and I wasn't technically around in the 70s. I just was raised with that music because my mom was really into it. So it's kind of like all my favorite stuff.
Wendy
Make
says
my day.
my mom has a wig in chocolate cream root and feels it compares well to Envy toasted sesame.
Very similar. I would say it's slightly warmer than toasted sesame, but really, really similar vein there.
I've heard of cooking live lobsters in the top rack of the dishwasher, but not salmon. Well, that just
Lobsters?
that just sounds unnecessarily cruel.
It's like, hey, we're gonna wash you, and then we're gonna cook you. I mean, it's efficient, I guess.
We
are going to give you a bath, a very lethal bath.
He can do the entire speech at the beginning of Black Widow by Alice Cooper. Maybe at the end of this live stream, we should end with that.
All right.
That'd be adorable.
All right, let's see. It is a work of art, truly. Sears Roebuck gave it with washer and dryer. Oh, I'm assuming the book, not the live lobster. Joan says, you're both so entertaining. Recovering from surgery, you are making my day. Oh, excellent, Joan. Well,
Yes, good.
wait, I don't believe in luck, so I wish you success
Yes,
and a
indeed.
speedy recovery.
Indeed.
Let's see. Will there be any wigs for the mega heads coming among us today?
Yes, indeed. I've got some Beltress yumminess and more Ambrose and a sister style for Ambrose. I told you I got a ton of hair. This is probably going to go longer than we were expecting, but whatever.
It says, D says Nova does not come in snow blonde. Yes, it does.
Yes, it does, and we showed it earlier. So
Yes.
watch this again, because if you rewind about 20 minutes, you'll see it. How much time do we have,
It was
honey?
about 1 minute. We've
Okay.
we've definitely got snow blonde. It was the second Nova we showed. So
Yeah,
there
I'm
you
just
go.
going to keep spoiling so you can see the back. Hopefully this doesn't make anybody seasick. I'm still jamming to Pump Up the Jam by Technotronic.
And Wendy says, speaking of recovery, how are you feeling, Nigel? Absolutely wonderful, Wendy. I can pick Heather up and carry her around. My hips are so good.
Yeah, he's recovered and then some. He's doing beautifully. And I have good news on that front too. We were very worried there for a moment that the insurance company wasn't going to cover most of this stuff. And they came through for us, which is really great because I was very worried with pandemic and slow sales and
There we go.
all that stuff that we were going to have to contend with like a $65,000 doctor bill on top of it. Oh my goodness. But luckily we did okay there.
Salt and Pepper X.
Oh, good, good, good.
I'm going to adjust this so you can see the birthday queen there.
Thank you.
There you go.
I am obsessed with this gray color. I love dramatic grays. I'm still on the search For a gray color, I'm probably going to end up having to make one myself. But I want one that looks like my natural hair color probably would look like, which to my best guess would probably look like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Jen Loves Reviews. She's like a makeup reviewer. She's like real nerdy. I dig it. Her voice, she uses a lot of fry tone when she talks. Maybe this is just me being nitpicky as being like operatically trained, but that kind of gets on my nerves after a bit. But the content is solid. And she has this beautiful natural hair with like little streaks of white. But the rest of it's like a number 4. It's dark brown. I want that in my life. I want to make that. This is not that. This is actually a lot like the Pearl Mist by Tony and Beverly, if you like that color, which is why I like this one. This is Salt and Pepper X. I love this gray. It's really beautiful. But as I was mentioning earlier, I am going to work on trying to find a heather gray, if you will. And I may end up calling it that if I have to make it, because it'd be accurate. There has to be something that will make my natural hair color. And of course, I've got goop in my eye. Have you ever noticed, and maybe this doesn't happen to everybody, but have you ever noticed that like when you wash your face at the end of the day and then you go take a shower, you have more eye makeup on than you thought you did before you tried to wash it off the first time? Like it just magically regenerates. I don't know why that happens. I mean, I always think I've removed it very thoroughly, and then I come out and it looks like I've been on a crying jag, had a really, really rough night.
Right, let's see, got some more stuff here. Serene says, have you seen Claire Saffit's hair? She is on the Bon Appetit YouTube channel and does the Gourmet Make segment. That's the gray I want.
I have not seen that. Please put a link in somewhere, or like message me a link. Or send it via email or something so I can check it out, because I'm always down for trying new colors, and I'm not opposed to making some, which you will find out when we get to some of my own creations.
Polly, I would love to see your man's Carol Channing impression.
Carol Channing is my heart. I love Carol Channing. Then again, I have lots of spirit animals. We just watched the, what was it called? Mucho Amor.
Oh, yes. Good old Walter Mercado.
Oh, that's fantastic. He's so fantastic. It makes me sad that I don't know Spanish.
Well, Mercado translates as market, so his name literally translates into Walmart. Mucho amor.
More Stay in the Time is currently playing. Again, I don't have this on because of copyright reasons. If I decide to monetize this, I want the money for it. But this is Jungle Love playing in the background. Oh.
Walter Mercado wants me to take more Spanish classes, says John. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. I would absolutely be right there with you. We should all do that together, honestly. By the way, John, I gave you a shout out earlier. I don't know if you saw that part. But I talked about you and the legend that is Chubbs the cat. So now everybody knows of Chubbs and how magical he is, and what a good cat dad you are for taking him to the vet.
And you've got a lot of people loving that gray.
It's fantastic. And before I move on to the next one, I want to show you guys real quick the back of it so you can see the base color back here. It's definitely, I would say, kind of like a 56. If I had to guess, you know, maybe a little bit darker than that. It's kind of a blend. But you can see it's got white. It's got that base of like that kind of pewter gray color. And then in the front, it's kind of like I would say like a blend of like a 60 with some of this base color in there, because you can see little flecks of it. It's really nice and soft. I mean, it's got the same kind of graduated gray appearance that you'll get with like a 92 or with something like Silverstone. Though obviously that's going to have a little bit more of a warm tint to it. So very, very, very pretty color. And of course zigzag part, but you can see even with the permatease it still looks pretty good up there. All right.
John says, sorry, was hard at work on other stuff, missed it. The neurology vets loved him though, by the way.
Yes. That's typical Chubbs.
All right, we have now Dark Purple Flame.
Yes. Okay, bring it. I love this color. It reminds me a lot of John Renault's Chocolate Cherry, except with more purple in it than the Chocolate Cherry color has. Though, with a name like Dark Purple Flame, you would think this would be like Midnight Berry from Hairdo or something like that. No. I still wish they would have found a different name for it that would convey that it's kind of like, you know, dark cherry colored or something like that, as opposed to purple flame, which makes me feel like it should be more red and more purple. Discuss. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. And one thing you'll really notice, see how this tag is inverted in here? If you buy one of these, I highly recommend it, especially if you decide you want to keep it. You know, don't do this if you don't want to keep it. My constant spiel. Clip the tags out so you don't end up with one of these situations where this little flag that tells you what the color is, because I don't know if you saw what I just did there. I'm gonna replicate it. The tag was actually flared out like that. And I was like, I'm not putting it on like that. I'll look goofy. So I'm gonna take that little flag and kind of make sure that's on the inside of the cap, but you won't have to worry about that at all if you just cut those out. It makes it harder to resell these though, so if your goal is to, you know, flip it, obviously you're gonna have some difficulty if you cut the tags out. Alright, I gotta adjust this grip cap, maybe push it back just a little bit. And when you adjust these things, it's okay to grab it by the hair, but grab it from the parts that are wefted as opposed to the parts that have the lace. You don't want to actually pull the hair out of the lace or get it to fray. And you definitely don't want to tug on the lace itself. You saw when I was adjusting that, even though I was kind of rough with it, I was using the permatease portions of the hair to kind of manipulate the hair into place. I'll show you the back while I'm kind of playing with the front. I want to do kind of an extreme side part. Extreme emo. I don't think this cut will actually do that, but the color. Let me show you the sides now. What do you guys think of this color? If you could name it something, what would you name it? Anything, Nigel?
Yeah, 1 second. I had to step out for a moment.
Oh, sorry.
Wow, yummy. I love-y that color. Polly Pictures Amal Silverstone is a lovely wig Heather sold me on her. That color looks amazing on you, Heather. Gorgeous, says Kathleen.
I love this color. Thank you, Kathleen.
And that's the Claire Saffitz clip. Okay, so...
Here.
Right, good.
So you can see this layering a little bit better. You can see it's got kind of like shorter layers. They're not quite fringe. They're definitely longer than that. But it's kind of choppy and layered all the way down the front of the hair. And you could really get some height from this if you wanted to. That's why I kind of wanted to do an extreme side part so you could kind of see what I could do with it here.
Black Cherry says Liz. Very cute color, says Serene.
I love this color. And Black Cherry is kind of where my heart goes with this too, though I think they've already got a color like called Black Cherry that does not look like a black cherry at all.
Cherries and chocolate, says Heidi.
See, that I think would be great. Cherries and chocolate, or something that says, hey, there's brown in this mix. Because there's definitely brown. I mean, look at can you see the purple in here? Maybe if I move my head a little bit more.
Well, Kelly says, oh my gosh, stunning color. I'm a sucker for reds though. Kelly, wait till you see the next one.
The next one is so red. Have I mentioned how much I love swivelly chairs? I'm like 40, turning 6.
Turn 6 already.
Yeah. You can't make me. You're not my real dad. Thank goodness. Things would be real weird.
Killface.
How much time we got, honey?
Minute and a half, say.
Can you top me up, please?
Top you up? Yes, I can.
And I will show you guys this lace front while I do this. I'm still struggling sometimes with the fit of these caps. You probably see that when I'm putting them on, because honestly, this brand is definitely meant for people who have a smaller frame than I do. And people ask me, and I mentioned this a little bit earlier, people ask me all the time, like, when I lost over 100 pounds, did my cap size go down? No, it stayed exactly the same, because, you know, the perimeter of your skull is only going to get so much fat on it one way or another. Though my occipital ridge is a little bit more pronounced because my neck got smaller. Really, this area around my head didn't have that much weight on it to begin with. And so this is all structure, baby. This is all the way my cranium is built. I'm just built like a Valkyrie. I'm gonna run with it. But yeah. Okay.
Right. Okay. Here we go.
I'm excited. I know which one you're bringing out too, because you were mentioning that it's red and flashy. Whenever
Flame mix red.
Whenever I see this color offered, I have to sell it because I love it so much. Now it does actually have a little bit of purple in it too. Like here at the bottom. I don't know if you can actually see that with it inverted. The little flecks of violet poking through. It's delicious. But at the front, it's like, when they say flame, they mean flame. So they're not playing around with euphemistic color choices that don't actually talk about what the color looks like on this one, at least.
Serene? Yes!
Yes, I adore this color.
Liz, I have to have that color onto the list it goes.
Yeah, this is that super secret red wig that I was wearing in the middle section of some of those videos. I was like, hold on, wait for it. I'll tell you guys what it is. This is it. Cat's out of the bag now. This was a Nova SF by Balm, which we call our Euro line, all in caps because we have to white label it, as I was mentioning earlier. So,
Kelly says, woohoo, hearts, exclamation marks. Siobhan says, take my money. Michaela says, that looks great with your dress. Kathleen, wild heart. Ann Mators Rose says, aha. Liz says, I remember I've been waiting, yay. And Susan Randall, will you show any long wigs today, birthday queen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will. I do have at least one over there that is long.
Mm-hmm.
Most of these are either like, this we're actually going to add to the site Monday. And there are a few styles that are custom and we're showing you the prototypes and they'll be up for sale soon too. We're also working on potentially maybe selling some of these things on Amazon. I was originally flirting with the notion of selling them on like Etsy or something like that, but I feel like we would probably have a better opportunity with the pandemic and everything if we just went right to Amazon, particularly if we watermark the bejesus out of everything so that the scammy Chinese and other ethnicity sellers that are on there, I don't want to discriminate, like whoever rips off people's things on the internet aren't so inclined to do it with my stuff because I will plaster my name all over all of it. So if you see listings from us with gratuitous watermarks, that will be that plan in motion if we decide to run with that. And so, but that wouldn't be stuff like this. I wouldn't be selling high-end stuff there because I don't want people to destroy them and then return them. And that's kind of why I've been historically reluctant to go on Amazon. I don't want to keep sending out the same hot potato bad wig, which happens sometimes to sellers who sell these things on large marketplaces. They get it returned and they're like, I don't want it. And then somebody buys it and then that person's like, I don't want it. And then they keep sending it around. Not cool.
Right, we've got some input saying, Kelly Stoff must be mine.
Yes, it's fantastic.
Heidi says, my cats need to get jobs so I can buy all these wigs. Kathleen says, Rick came in and said, OMG, your head's on fire. In a good way.
Yeah.
Liz says, do it, watermark like crazy to protect your brand.
We are, totally. Obnoxiously.
Penny Carlson says, good lord, Magnum, oldie but goodie.
I love this color. How much more time we got, honey?
It's 1 minute. Kira
All right.
says, Wendy says, Kira was a little too rich for my good, but I may need one in this color.
Yeah, this one's a little bit more wallet friendly. That's why I picked her. Well, that and summer. I think this one will be a good one for hot weather.
With a follow-up saying, blood.
You know, everything comes out so much more dramatically when you say it.
Blood.
Blood.
I'll get it! The latest reincarnation did not run according to plan.
Does anybody get the reference? Let's see if anybody gets the reference.
Let's see if anyone gets the reference to that.
Yeah, okay.
That's another Igor reference. Okay, keep them talking for a second while I cut the next batch.
Squealy bop, bop, doo. I'll show you guys my Pusheen stickers because they're adorable. I've been wondering what the heck I was going to do with this, and I was like, I got to cover up this Jeffree Star logo. But look here, they're little huggy cats.
5 minutes was not enough, says Kelly. Sorry, we're doing on this.
There's so much hair. Oh my goodness, you guys. I'm not.
We have to keep it like this because otherwise.
Can I please have another wig, please,
yes,
honey?
coming up.
Thank you.
This is.
He's got to get the rhythm down.
This is Phoenix in strawberry cream soda.
So we're moving on to a new style, are we?
Yeah.
We're on Phoenixes now?
Yeah, we've done with the Belle Madames.
All right, so that was all the colors we're offering for Nova when we launch it Monday. So if you saw one you like, check out the site Monday, because we'll be showing a bunch of more pictures of these, and I will try to put some images on Instagram too of these. And if we do end up being on schedule and launching these on Monday, then we'll try to get these on Instagram next week too, so you guys can kind of see all the ins and outs of the style before you commit to it. I wanted to expand the color offerings for our Phoenix, and I was thinking about all the colors that I created over the years. And I don't know if many of you guys know this, but I was one of the first people to design a pink like this. And about a year after I designed this, which this was something that I was working with Beltress since about 2016 on, Raquel Welch has since come out with colors like this, and Renee of Paris has since come out with colors like this. But we actually beat them to the punch by about a year and a half. This is the strawberry cream soda color, and it is, I love this color. I designed it with a dark blonde root, so we were again some of the first people to think to do that with this kind of pink color. And then if you look at the color blend itself, it's got a little bit of like a violet pink that is blended in with a very pretty creamy beigey off-white color. So it's not quite like the pastel pink from Renee of Paris. It's definitely gonna look more pink. Likewise with something like the Dare to Be, it's not quite that pink. It's kind of be like in the middle there somewhere. I'm gonna put this on so you can kind of see how this looks on Phoenix. Phoenix, by the way, fits average large. I intentionally made that the cat fit for these because I am a member of the Big Head Tribe and I wanted to be able to wear my own creations, because as I will always maintain, if they don't sell, I end up just, you know, putting them in my own collection. So I won't make things I wouldn't be willing to wear, because if they don't sell, I'm going to be the one wearing them. So
Right, got some reactions you'll like to hear.
Oh, yeah?
Kathleen Ryan. Heart, 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 heart. I love this color. Liz Lines. Ooh.
I'm gonna change the part while you read these off, Nigel, just because I want people to see what this looks like with the mono.
Serene, I have that in Kona. Siobhan says, of all the pinks, yours is still the best of them, and I have pinks from the brands you mentioned.
Thank you! Thank you!
Serene says, very pretty, and Liz says, that is ethereal. And Kathleen says, Phoenix.
Yes, I expanded the colors, and so she's going to have a lot of really pretty colors. The cool opal brown, by the way, is completely sold out already. I'm so stoked about that, and I do have the prototype of that, which I will still show you, because if we have enough people who are interested, I am very happy to overcommit it, obviously, because the more people who want to buy stuff from me, the better. If it's because they like what I'm making, that's even better.
Two quick questions here. Wendy says, when will this one be available?
The pre-orders are now. They're now for
pre-orders live now.
Yeah, so if you want Phoenix in any of the colors we're showing today, gobble one up. Just know in advance, and we say this very big bold letters in writing, that we're accepting the payment up front, because even though these things are in production, we've already paid for them. Times are rough for us. We're very overextended, and doing this kind of production really makes us more overextended. So we're kind of viewing this, and we want to be upfront about this, almost like it's crowdsourcing, even though we've already paid for the run. So that way, we're not waiting to be recompensated, and what we'll do then is then flip that and put it into more products. Or, in the case of that cool opal brown, we will...
Which Serene says, bring it back, please.
Yes, if we have enough people who are interested, we will open that up for more sales, as long as everybody who buys after the announcement that it's sold out knows that it's probably not going to be till November when the next run is available. I mean, that's if we pull the trigger to make it now.
Yeah. Wendy says, when will this one be available?
We
answered that one.
Yeah,
sorry.
this one is on sale now.
Yeah.
The shipment comes in right around, we're expecting it like late September, early October. And we're pretty good in our store about, you know, being kind of pesky with updates about stuff like this. So if anything gets pushed back, believe me, we will email you. Probably more than once.
Let's see. Wendy and Michaela says I don't see the pink up on the site yet.
Okay, we'll have to check that out. Because it's the strawberry cream soda is the name of the color. Hey Nigel, can you
Strawberry cream
see
soda.
if that's actually listed?
I'm doing that now.
Okay. And I'll just kind of
Sister
keep doing the swirl and turn. If not, I will be happy to add it because we're definitely making it. And now the cars are playing.
We've got strawberry shortcake.
Then I have to add this one still. We are making the strawberry shortcake as well. The strawberry shortcake is their Dynamica color, which is a little bit peachier than this. In fact, I'm not real sure why they called it strawberry anything, because it definitely looks more peach. But it's a really, really pretty color, but it's definitely warmer. So this would be like a good alternative to something like Aesthetica's Lilac Haze. You know, like if you want something that's pink instead of kind of a, like it's almost like a beige blonde pink as opposed to a gray lilac. You know, if you're into that kind of thing.
All right. Kathleen says, is the strawberry cream soda regular, synthetic, or heat friendly?
All of the colors on Phoenix are heat friendly, because to me the point of Phoenix is that she can be heat styled, which is why we named her the way that she's named. So this is actually a slightly, the pigments are the same, but the way they're going to present on the heat friendly fiber are a little bit different. In my opinion, this actually looks softer and a little bit less metallic in the heat friendly version of this color. But I still think it's really beautiful, and if anything, I think it looks more natural because it's not as shiny as the regular synthetic. So what's the next one? Oh, and look how pretty they did the rooting, how it kind of just melts into the rest of the color. And just so you know, we did do this color in this version with the lighter color at the front hairline there.
I'd like to tell you what color it is, but I can't find the tag.
Hand it to me, I'll tell you.
It's that one.
Oh, this is a Cyberry Punch.
Acai Berry Punch.
Yes, and we're making this one for sure. I love this color, and I wanted to bring it back for the fall. Before I put it on, I want to show you what this looks like up close, because I know that a lot of people, when they see a burgundy, they think this is going to be like a 99J or like a fashion wig color, and it's not. Ours actually has a lot of purple blended into it, and it kind of changes color in the light. So when it's a little bit further away, it's kind of natural, soft looking. You could definitely wear this color in an office. No one's going to give you funny looks. But just know it doesn't look like a natural looking red. It just looks like you dyed it kind of a burgundy color. And it definitely has beautiful hints of kind of like a vibrant purple color all throughout. So it is not a straight burgundy. If anything, it's kind of like a grapey wine color. And then the rooting here is a dark brown, but I made the roots very, very short on this one because I didn't want it to be overwhelming to the rest of the style. I just wanted it to kind of look like you dyed your hair this color.
Sharon L says, happy birthday, Heather Noisemaker present balloon kissy face.
Yay! I just grabbed a comb to try to see what I look like. They all have handles and they're hidden behind lights.
And Liz says, that's lovely, so well done, that acai berry punch.
Thank you. I love this color. I mean, it's one where when we made it in Kona, I don't know if people really understood how this doesn't really look like most of the burgundies on the market. But the people who bought it really, really liked it. Like, we didn't have any returns of it or anything.
So much prettier than Plumberry Gem, says Kathleen.
Thank you. I love this color. And I had to bring it back because I thought it'd be nice for the fall. I'm just going to kind of play with the layering a little bit. Because Phoenix has a lot of layers. And she's got this bang. But she's also got a lace front, so you can style her off the face, or you can style her with the bangs kind of down. The bangs are intentionally really, really super wispy, though. I'm going to need that mirror again.
Great with green eyes, says Liz.
Agreed.
Is this similar to Cherry Mix on EW Touch, says Kathleen?
I would say that the Cherry Mix is more of an ombre color. It's a little bit brighter at the tips, and it's definitely a more highlighted color. I mean, it's not like a strict long way, but it's definitely a little bit, it's just the colors are definitely distributed a little bit differently. This is thoroughly blended all over because what I wanted it to look like was like somebody literally dyed their hair burgundy or like a really vibrant violet burgundy color.
And Wendy says this color, she doesn't see this, the acai berry punch listed either.
We'll have to check that out because I definitely made it.
I'm putting these the ones on the side.
We'll correct it. It's a lot of stuff to coordinate. But
Yeah.
definitely make a note of that, honey.
Deirdre, we're working on this. I'm putting the ones that people can't find aside, okay?
Yeah,
So
aside. Ah!
Yeah.
I tell
Aside.
jokes, not good ones.
We're here all week, folks. Thank you. Thank you.
I want to get real close, see if you can see all that purple when it kind of focuses. But yeah, I like the caps on these. You can probably tell that this is a way more comfortable cap on me. I don't have to fuss with it quite as much to get it in place. I just get to play with all the layers. Yay! Do a little dance. Whee! How's my lipstick holding up? So far, so good.
Yeah, I got a lot of tip your waitress, Kathleen said. Good.
Yes, to enjoy our humor, there is a 2-drink minimum.
Well, you've got your minimum. I've got my minimum. We're good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did we have any questions about the style or anything?
Let's see. Style. Questions about style. No, just need to see it on the website.
We'll get that done today if it's not already
I
done.
said we're gonna update that soon.
Okay, yeah.
All right, good. I love this color and not shiny, says Kathleen.
No, and that was
me want.
that was another reason why I went with heat friendly on this and the Fallon. By the way, Fallon's going to be completely heat friendly too, because and Evangeline, which is another style I'm going to show you today. So in fact, let me go ahead and move on from this one, honey. Let's change the timer to 4 minutes because I got so many wigs to get through still.
Do you wanna show off the cool opal brown a second?
Yeah,
While,
I totally do.
There you go.
I
Cool
totally
opal
do.
brown.
This is the cool opal brown unrooted version. The version I decided to run with Fallon is exactly as it looks on Instagram with the dark bang because I really liked it. It grew on me. It was not something I instantly was all about because that's why I prompted Beltress to make Phoenix in the unrooted version so we could give people options. And so they could see what they both look like. But I actually really liked the rooting on Fallon. I thought it made her look kind of edgy and it kept her from looking a little too precious. But on this one, the cut's already a little edgy and sexy. So I thought she looked nice with the softer version of the color. So I want to show you up close this color because it's insane. It is insane. Can you hand me that raspberry cocoa frappe?
Which is the next one I was going to
Just go ahead and hand it to me now.
Raspberry cocoa frappe,
Yeah,
folks.
and don't set the timer yet. I want to show you guys the difference between these two colors because they're actually pretty different. So here's the raspberry cocoa frappe, and this is on Rose Ella, which I'll show in a second because the pre-orders for the next round of these are also in order. But this is the cool opal brown. You can see they both got like a lilac kind of undertone to them. But this is actually way more dramatic, this raspberry cocoa frappe. This is kind of like a chocolate brown blended with an auburn, blended with the red, blended with lilac silver tips. And it's just really intense. It's got quite a bit of red and violet and brown in it. This has primarily 4 different colors that from far away you probably would not be able to guess. You can definitely see it's got kind of a purpley undertone to it. And when I put it on, you'll definitely be able to see. So don't start the timer yet, honey. You are such a boy.
Sorry, okay. Well, anyway.
I'm like, don't set the timer, ding!
Well, I was making it stop, okay? All right, Michaela says, I like the rooting and baby bangs on Fallon.
Thank you, me too.
Kathleen says, oh, Heather, you are a true artist. This
Thank
is my
you.
wig, yippee.
I'm working on it. I want to make all kinds of fun colors. Like I literally stay up late at night, literally manually painting on colors onto hair with markers, and that's what I usually end up sending to the factory. I'm like, make that. It doesn't exist. Make it. Because if I can't figure out how to explain it, I just try to make it myself, and then that's what I send them.
Mary H says, ooh, I have pre-ordered both of these. Yippee.
Yay! Okay, so they're
Thank you, Mary.
Yes, thank you very much, and they're definitely different. So this one. I've already explained this a few times, so you may already know, but when you're just looking at it, this cool oval brown, and you can go ahead and start the timer now, honey.
Starting.
Thank you. When you see this, you can definitely see it's kind of muddy brown. It's got kind of a grayish purpley undertone to it. What the heck's going on? But then when I get close up, you'll realize it doesn't really have much lilac in it at all. It uses color theory to blend a kind of like dark brown. Actually, it has no brown in it. It's a dark orange color. So if I get really close up on it, you might actually see the orange. I don't know why I said brown, because maybe I'm holding this one. This one does have brown in it.
Well, it's called
Here.
cool opal brown.
Here. Yeah, well, that's because here, honey.
Right, give.
The overall effect is gonna give you kind of a brown. But if you look really close up on it, you'll see it's got pine green, right? That's kind of crazy sauce. It's got pine green, it's got dark orange, it's got a little bit of like a tealy blue color, and it's got that really vibrant purple in it. It does have like a little bit of a softer violety purple, but not really a lavender. It's just that all these colors together, they refract light differently because of the colors. And so the overall effect when you get far away is that it looks kind of like a really ashy purpley brown color. I mean, it definitely doesn't look like a natural color. It's not meant to. I was really, let's just say there, you know, this year a lot of colors came out that were kind of like pastel, and I was very, very excited about them until I actually saw them in real life. And I know that sounds like shade, but I like crazy colors. And when I want crazy colors, I want them to look, I want them to look a little extra. I want them to look special. And to me, a almost purple gray color or an almost white pink color is not enough. You can see even in my strawberry cream soda, we put actual pink in there so it looks pink. Like, even though it's a really soft pink, the intention was to make it really, really look still like it had pink in it. Just like we wanted this to look, you know, like a kind of optical illusion brown color, but that it definitely, like the whole trick of it is that there is no actual brown, that it uses a bunch of different colors that should not go together to create kind of the effect of a brown color. Except when you get really close up on it, it's like, what the heck am I even looking at?
Okay, you've had a couple more votes for producing more opal brown. And Deirdre says, please make a teal wig without gray.
I love teal.
And Robin says, more opal brown in a longer style, please.
We'll see what we can do. I really like the way Rosella looks in a lot of these colors.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious to know what she would look like, but depends. Maybe something like Sugar Rush. If there's a bell tress wig you really like that you would like to see this made, and let me know. Just remember this is a heat-friendly color, so if it's a longer wig, it's going to be a little bit more of a pain to take care of, but not impossible.
Liz would like to see a dark brown with a few gray strands.
That is what I'm working on, Liz. I want something that's kind of like Jen Loves Reviews hair, where it's like pepper with like a little bit of salt. Not like, you know, shock white with the gray, even though I do like that too. I want a more natural, soft looking gray that isn't like salt and pepper all over, because that's not how my natural color would look, I don't think. Just
Sugar Rush!
Yeah, Sugar Rush is a good one.
Rosella or Sugar Rush would be awesome. You read my mind. says Robin.
You guys have any more questions about this color, or did I cover it okay?
I think you basically covered it. Basically, a lot of people saying, yes, more opal brown, please.
All right.
In more styles. Hooray.
All right. Well, we will show it to you in at least one more style, but you've probably already seen what that one looks like.
Okay.
I'm going to hand this to you.
Here is Raspberry Cocoa Frappe.
Okay, this is Phoenix in Raspberry Cocoa Frappe. So if you liked the way she looked on Rosella, but you were like, that's too long, hey, I've got something for you. I love this color very much. I'm going to use a comb to kind of change the part a little bit, so that way it's a little straighter, because this does have a monofilament part. That's going to be hard for me to do this with a hand mirror, so if it's not completely straight, my apologies.
Oh, that is one of your best colors, Heather, definitely, says Liz.
Thank you. I love this color so much. I'm always so thrilled by how it turned out, because it just melts so pretty.
Cascara and Raspberry Cocoa Frappe again.
We've had a few people ask about that. Well, that one's actually, I thought that one was still up for sale. I thought we still had a couple of those.
I'll have a look.
Yeah. We might not, because I know that the Raspberry Cocoa Frappe one sold out pretty quickly.
Yeah,
in
that's
the
a very
Rosella.
popular color.
I'm gonna change. Put the bangs down a little bit so you can see what they look like. They're real wispy, so unless I can use both hands, it's a little hard sometimes to get them. But there we go. Just kind of off to the side. Maybe put one in the middle like anime style.
Yeah, I'm afraid that one's sold out.
All right, well, we've had a couple people who were interested in that, so, you know, we're taking orders for the Rosella, so we may consider doing the Cascara again. I'm actually torn between doing that or trying to go with something even shorter like the Demitas, because I really like that one, but that may be too short. It may end up looking kind of gray, so I'm kind of playing around with which styles to play with here. Here's the top of this one, so you can see how this one does have a little bit of the same kind of grapey purple color that's in the opal brown, but this one has a lot more actual brown and a lot more auburn in it than that color does. So it's way more dramatic because there's just more of a, which is crazy because the other one's literally got green in it. But this one's just a crazier color. You were saying, honey?
Oh, let's see here. Brenda says it seems the wefts show in the back of these sometimes, so.
That's partially because Beltress tries to make these really, really low density. I've noticed this primarily with things that are in unrooted blonde colors. Like, I have a love-hate relationship with their coconut silver blonde and the marshmallow blonde because they look really cool from the front, and then I have to be really careful with them in the back. I have to spray the crap out of them with hairspray. That's why I always like to run with the rooted versions of some of those colors if possible. And just so you know, that Roca Margarita Brown, or Blonde, Roca Margarita Blonde, I think is what it's called, is literally the coconut silver blonde with a light brown root. It is not a new color. Same thing with that Nutella buttercream. It is not a new color. That is the, oh, what's that one? The mocha with cream, but without the root.
Kathleen Ryan says Raspberry Cocoa Frappe is still my favorite color that you designed. Magnificent.
Thank you. I adore this color. That's why if I make more wigs from here until basically forever, it's probably going to have this color in it. In the listing somewhere. It's just kind of like a signature. I love purple. All right, so any more, honey, or?
That's Kelly says stunning.
Thank you so much. Let's move on to the next one, shall we?
Okay, we're now into the Evangelines.
Evangeline!
And we're sticking with Raspberry Cocoa Frappe.
Yes. Okay, let me talk a little bit about Evangeline before I move on to this. This style is not up yet on the site, I don't believe, because I'm still taking images for it. We just got these prototypes in. I just approved them, so they've not been styled or anything. Evangeline was inspired by things similar to the Autumn by Estetica. I was kind of bummed that they don't carry that anymore, but I also understood why they don't carry it anymore. It just had a lot of hair, and I mean, sometimes it had some consistency issues with the cut, because this is kind of a precision cut, and if you curl it, then you can kind of hide some of the flaws with the cut. But I intentionally made this one heat friendly because my thought was, you know, one of the great things about these A-line bobs is that they look really sharp when they're straight or when they're curly. So when this one comes, it is going to have this beautiful curl pattern to it, but it will also be heat stylable. So if you wanted to get, you know, one and straighten it and leave it straight, and get one and leave it curly, you could literally alternate the two in any of the colors it's available in, and no one will notice because it's literally the exact same wig. I love synthetics because you don't really have to do much to style them. And I like heat-friendly synthetics for their versatility, provided that they're not like super long, because as I mentioned earlier, long heat-friendlies take a lot of work. And I just can't be bothered. I'm a little lazy when it comes to my hairstyling. So I'm just gonna break this up a little bit on one side and then not at all on the other at first, just so you can kind of see how it comes. This is straight from the factory. I have not actually done anything to this, haven't even taken pictures of it yet. So it's hot off the presses, so to speak. Has this beautiful curl pattern. So you can see it's a little compressed and wiggy looking, but still really pretty when she comes out of the box. And all I did was kind of break it up with my fingers. She has this beautiful layering on top. It's very soft and long. And if you just keep breaking up the curl. And I also specifically asked them to steam this front like this. So this is how it's going to come, with this really soft curl that's literally steamed up like that.
OMG, that is gorgeous, says Kathleen. Robin says, love Heart eyes, smiley face, astonished. Heart eyes, smiley face, astonished. Heart eyes, smiley face, astonished.
Oh, thank you.
You look good in every color, says Brenda.
Thank you. Makeup is amazing.
So pretty, says Aaron. And Elisa, wow, so pretty. You are killing me. Choices, choices, choices.
Am I tempting you? Yes. That means I'm doing my job well. So, hooray. Because, I mean, I view my job as like twofold. I have to make nice things, and then I have to make people want the nice things I'm making. So if I'm doing that, then yay. And I'm speaking very enthusiastically with hand gestures now, so the alcohol is definitely creeping in. This is what the back of this looks like, and again, when we list this, we'll put all the measurements and stuff up there, but I wanted the back to be really, really short and sharp on this one with a really sharp angle, and I'm going to take this front part real quick, kind of show you the length of it. This is not, like, as crazy as something like Emery from, not Emery, yeah, Emery, which was another Aesthetica piece, or like, what's the other one? Mina by John Renaud. Those have a lot more hair on them. I wanted this to be kind of low density.
Well, speaking of that, Aaron says, kind of reminds me of an old style Tessa by Renee of Paris. That wig was way too much, but this one is gorgeous.
That's right. I wanted this to be really, you're right on the money. Like, Tessa, I actually have a Tessa, and I love the concept of Tessa, but my goodness, that curl was just too big, and that had too much hair, particularly on the side, so it would just be like, just a ton. Every time I put it on, I'm like, look honey, I'm a Cocker Spaniel. I love Cocker Spaniels. They're adorable. Kathleen's got an adorable little Cocker Spaniel buddy, but I don't want to look like one. But yeah.
And Deirdre says, wow, awesome, thank you for the steam off the face.
Oh, I hate messing with, I mean, if there's a fringe cut into the wig, I try to make sure that it's not going to be in your eyes. So if it's a longer fringe, like the one on Phoenix, I like it nice and wispy so you can kind of scrape it off to the side if you want to, because I'm not really the kind of person who wears a lot of bangs in real life. But when I do, I really like micro bangs because they don't get in my eyes. I don't have to mess with them too much. And when I put on Fallon, I would like anybody who does not like bangs or bangs that are that short to kind of resist the temptation to hate on it, because just assume that Dr. Frankenfurter quote, I didn't make him for you, kind of applies. Like, I'm trying to make things that don't have bangs, you know, that really take advantage of that lace front. But I think that there are kinds of bangs and fringe out there that don't exist in the wild in wigs. Micro bangs aren't really available in many wigs. Light wispy bangs aren't really available in many wigs. Usually the bangs are really thick and they're long. They're about 4.5 inches in most cases that I've noticed. And so you almost always have to trim them in order to make them work. And you know, if I wear a bang, I don't want to mess with it too much. I just want it to be ready to go, put it on, run out the door. So that's why when I do fringe, I try to design it that way.
Right, comment catch up. Liz Lyons, so adorable. Elisa says, you do your jobs quite well. I'm giving you an excellent performance review.
Thank you, thank you.
Kathleen says, the back is perfect. Elisa says, exceeds expectations.
Here is the cap, by the way, while he's reading these off, so you can kind of see it's got a lace front. It is basically just like the frontal area here that goes from temple to temple. And it is gently contoured. The lighter color is the color right up at the front, as you probably saw when I had it on. And nice felt here on the cap, and it's got kind of like almost like a real softly curved sort of C-shaped part, which is a little bit different from most of the stuff Beltress does. So
Angeline is the one you suggested for me, and now I'm sure hoping for some red, says Jackie.
well, let's move on to the next one.
All right, the color is perfect for the style. And Beat It or Not Style says, happy birthday, Heather. You look fab. I've been following you for years and have learned so much when it comes to wigs. Today is my birthday, too.
Oh, happy birthday, Leo!
Happy birthday!
Yes, Leos unite!
Enjoy your day. Thanks for all you do and share with us all.
I want to shout out to Liz again, because she also said that she was a Leo. So all of us Leos coming out of the woodwork here.
Now,
oh, we have 2 colors for this one, don't we?
We have...
We have 2 versions of this color,
Okay.
don't we?
I don't know. Give me 1 second here. Let's see. There we go.
I knew it. I knew that we did.
There we go.
Okay, so this one, I'm still waiting to give them the yay or nay on, so you guys can actually help me decide. That's how I knew that we had 2 of these. This is the Acai Berry Punch, and I made it in an unrooted version and the rooted version. Now, in my opinion, the colors are virtually they're the same color, as you can see when they're side by side. But I actually think that the rooted version's slightly more dynamic, but I'll leave that up to you. Let me try the unrooted version first. They sent me samples of each. And I'll take a look in the mirror.
Rooted has so much more dimension, says Serene, and Liz just says rooted.
Yeah, I like the rooted with this color because it makes it look like you intentionally dyed it. I think it, you know, in my opinion, it's a little less like a I'm wearing a wig kind of color. But the thing is, like last time I made this color, people were like, I would buy it if it weren't for the root. So.
Yeah, roots. Rooted. Unrooted looks a little too cosplay.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, so, yeah, rooted. Everyone seems to be...
All right, then let me go ahead and put the rooted one on here, honey.
All right.
But I do love the base of the color and how purpley it is. Here.
Yeah. All right, just a second. Several things going on at once. I need,
Yeah,
I
you know,
need
do you want me to
three more
handle
hands.
the timer? Because it
No,
seems like
I
you're
need three more
struggling.
hands. I need 3 more hands.
Have you had more alcohol than me?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
This is the unrooted.
Maybe it's just because women are good multitaskers. I don't know.
That's a myth.
You think?
Myth. Yes. Muppet movie reference.
Oh, Muppets. It all comes back to Muppets.
Generally.
So you can see
Yeah, Serene says yes.
the rooting here is very subtle though. I went with a short root because if I knew I was going to go with rooting, I wanted to just look like a little bit of regrowth. Like maybe you hadn't made it to the salon in like, 2 weeks past touch-up day, not like a month. I love this color so much though. I had to bring it back. Like, it didn't deserve to meet an untimely demise. I think I just needed to show it off a little bit more. You can see all of these come steamed off the face, and all I have to do is just kind of play with it with my claw hands, tickle the wig a little bit.
Yeah, more votes for rooted. Lots more votes.
Excellent.
For rooted.
Thank you for confirming my suspicions.
In fact,
on that
pretty
one.
much everyone wants rooted.
Excellent. Excellent. I will let them know because they're still waiting for me to let them know my preference here. And
Rooted
I was like,
looks more naturally unnatural
that's a perfect way of putting it, really.
with its perfect imperfections.
Oh my goodness. We kind of like, it's like a guilty pleasure of ours to sort of hate on that John Legend song. I mean, I don't actually hate John Legend or Chrissy Teigen or any of those people. Like, I'm kind of indifferent. And John Legend, as far as I can tell, is actually a pretty cool dude. It's just, that song is...
Quite.
It's just a tad too precious for my taste. Now give me like tacky drag queens doing a cabaret dance and I'm there all day. Like Queen, Bicycle Race, all that stuff. I almost said all that jazz, which would have been so much more appropriate since that's the name of that album that song's on.
Yes, okay, so yeah, you've definitely, everyone, not a single person wants the unrooted version.
Good to know.
Rooted all the way.
All right, let's move on to the next one, honey.
The next one
Hand me
is
the timer.
Evangeline in Strawberry Cream Soda.
I love how purple this looks when it's not in the direct light. Okay, so this is Evangeline 2?
Yeah,
Okay, this is that strawberry cream...
the last one.
Okay, this is the strawberry cream soda I showed you earlier. Can I have the timer, please?
Yeah, 1 second.
I'm gonna be the person in charge of the timer. Because whether or not this is a gendered thing, I still think I'm a slightly better multitasker, so...
Well, I'm also trying to pack these away as we go.
Well, thank you! You are a wonderful production assistant.
Thank you.
Alright, I gotta tuck my grip cap in here. I love how I said I was gonna be the one in charge of the timer, though, and you still said it for me.
Yep.
I don't know if you can hear that ticking, but I was like, wait a minute. Control freak much?
Just a little bit.
You know, it takes one to know one, so...
I was going to maintain a politic silence on that. But since you mentioned it,
I love you.
and I adore you, my cherished. He's so good, says Robin.
Yes.
So good!
Team Girl Squad! I think with
Cheerleader!
with pink hair, I'd be the cheerleader for sure. For sure, you guys.
What's your face? So-and-so. The ugly one.
There's no ugly one here. Even though the ugly one's a bona fide hottie, that's canon. That is absolutely strong bad canon. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, don't worry. It's not really that important. We're just like quoting strong bad's Teen Girl Squad.
So good.
Oh, my everything.
Punt. There you go. That wig is great in that color.
I love this color. I really like this style. And again, if you straighten it, you'll get a really chic A-line bob. There isn't a ton of permatease. There's a little teeny, itty bitty, tiny amount of permatease in here, but you could probably tell she's pretty flat on top. I did that on purpose as an antidote to things like Tessa PM by the Renee of Paris lines, or I guess that's a Noriko wig, or like, or was, it's discontinued, or like Aesthetica's Autumn, which again is very tall on top, or even the Mina by John Burnett, which just has a ton of hair. It's very voluminous. I wanted this one to be a little bit more natural looking, particularly if I was going to go with crazy, crazy colors, which was definitely the intention with most of these all along. But we will be offering this in some of their regular colors too, and they'll all be heat friendly.
Right, okay, let's see. We've got various good outpourings for this. Erin says, maybe I missed it, but is this heat friendly?
Yes, all of the ones for Fallon, Evangeline, which is this wig, and Phoenix are all going to be heat friendly. They're all short though, so that way it's not going to be a huge issue with the static. And Belle Tress's heat friendly fiber is actually really, really good.
Serene says, I like this one better in this strawberry cream soda color. It's easier to see the luscious curls.
It's a really, really, really pretty soft curl, and all the curls start basically below my cheekbones because I have a heart-shaped face, or actually an inverted triangle, but they're basically the same. It's just the hairline, and the wig gives me a hairline either way. But I didn't want it to be like extra volume here, because extra volume right here around like this part of your face, like if you have a round face shape or you have a face shape like mine, that's just gonna make you look real wide. It's gonna be overwhelming. But I was like, if we keep the volume down a little bit and just make most of the action happen below the cheekbones, that's gonna provide a really nice frame for anybody who's trying to, you know, hide a little extra real estate up underneath their wig, or trying to soften up a jawline or something like that. Because I'm always looking out for stuff like that. All right, what's next, honey?
Well, that was the last Evangeline. I'm going to hand you this one.
Ooh.
Which doesn't have a label on it.
Oh, this is the Rosella. I just wanted to show this one off on me one more time because we're doing a pre-order on it again. In case anybody wants one, we've already committed to making 20 more of them. And some of them have already been spoken for, but just wanted to showcase it just in case anybody wanted to see it. Now this one is not heat friendly, and it's because it's a long style. I wanted to make sure that it was going to be durable, so you can kind of see that the color is pretty consistent. It's just a little shinier in the regular synthetic as opposed to the heat friendly. I have worn this wig, so she's being a little bit fussy at the moment because she's not fresh from the box. But this is actually mine. And as soon as I got this one, I was like, okay, I love this. Which is why I wore this one in the middle of so many of the wig reviews I've been doing lately too. It's just, it's become one of my favorites. It's just, it's a wild color in a kind of wild child sort of wig. And the model photos for Rosella do not do this wig justice at all. This wig, like the way they make their photos look, they make all of their wigs look like they're the same wig. Because they use the same model with the same facial expressions and the same makeup for all of them. She's gorgeous. They just need to style the wigs a little bit maybe, or something to kind of make them easier to tell apart. Or maybe not showcase them all in the same blonde color. Just an idea. But this one is so much prettier in person, and it's just got this crazy sort of shattered wave. And it looks really, really great with the layering and everything in this tipped color, because it really calls attention to all this stuff going on in the back of the hair. Just super cool. I love this. I love this one. So I just want to show it in case you guys were interested, because we are offering it. Nigel's kind of stepped away, so I'm going to go ahead and do this.
Give me that. All right. All right. to go. Right.
He's multitasking too much.
Felix in caramel macchiato.
Thank you.
R.
Okay, so this is a brand new style for us. I wanted to invent kind of a baby sister to the Ambrose wig. Okay, good. I want to make sure he didn't run away again. Stay there.
Yeah, okay. I'm done. I'm sitting here now.
Okay, thank you. Bad PA. But this one is definitely different from the Ambrose. She's way curlier. In fact, she's probably going to be reminiscent of something like the Breezy Cut wig by Hairdo. That's going to be right along the same vein. Something like Fresh Chic by Gabor is going to be very similar. So I want to talk a little bit about the style, the cap, and all that stuff before I put this on. But I want to show you the back because I love the back of this and how it turned out. I love the sides. This is going to look crazy. I intentionally made this wig to look like a wild, free-spirited little sister wig to Ambrose. So she's going to come in a lot of the same colors. She's got the exact same cap as Ambrose, so the exact same basic cap, so exact same price. We're not going to change the price at all between this one and Ambrose, even though this one's got a couple of different cap features that one does not have. Namely, this one's got some permatease. I intentionally asked them to put a little bit of just a tiny little bit of permatease on the top of the wig, because two reasons. One of the things that people really wanted in Ambrose, and one of the only really complaints that people had about it, was that it was flat on top. So I didn't want the wig to necessarily have a lot of volume to begin with, so it won't be completely poofy on top. I just wanted a little bit of permatease on there, so if you wanted to fluff it up, you could. So that option is there. There's nothing really structurally on Ambrose that will hold up volume if you want it to look a little teased on top to offset the curl. This one gives you that option, though she comes compressed when you first get her. So you'll have to really play with it to bring out that permatease. But I just want to show you the top of the wig a little bit so you can kind of see what I mean. We didn't put a ton of it on there, but it is definitely there. This is going to be really short, really layered. It's got the same kind of density that Ambrose is going to have. And the other thing this one has is a baby bang. And if you don't like micro bangs, just kind of like take a seat for a little bit. We will go back to wigs that, obviously I showed you one just now that didn't have bangs at all. So I'm trying to make sure we get a variety in there, but I wanted a micro bang because I don't like having to trim my bangs. I want it to be wearable right off the bat. So let me go ahead and adjust this, because the only real trade-off with those micro bangs is that they have to lay exactly right, because it's kind of a precision cut straight across there. So.
Right, a lot of general good positive outpouring for it, and you haven't even put it on yet. Let's see. Liz says, I'm looking for a replacement for my Glam Slam, R.I.P.
Oh, I hate it when I fall in love with the wig and they discontinue it. Oh, speaking of which, we're in talks with Aesthetica about bringing back Jameson in one of my favorite discontinued colors. The first wig I ever bought was a Jameson in RT330 RT4, and they don't make that color in that wig anymore. But they make that color, and they make that wig. So I'm going to see if they'll make me some of those, because I love them. I'm going to play with this side so you can really see the potential, and I'm not going to apply any product at all. This is a heat-friendly wig just like Ambrose, and one of the great things about that is that the fiber is a little stiff. So all you have to do is really play with it, and it just kind of stays. And I'm just kind of scrunching her. Okay, so you can see right away, you can get a lot of volume out of this one if you really want it. It doesn't come that way though. You don't have to really fluff her up if you don't want to. But I'm gonna, because I do want to. And then I'll set the timer so I can kind of show her off and answer some questions. But I love how crazy this one is. I love this. And I was inspired by things like the Breezy Cut by Hairdo, because I was like, that's kind of expensive for what you're actually getting. I think we can actually do that better. So we did make some refinements to that kind of style by making the bang more of a uniform blunt cut kind of micro bang, which I thought was really trendy. And by giving her permatease in only that strategic location, I'm going to kind of play with the back a little bit here. I won't play with them all quite this much because I want you to see what this one looks like right out of the box, but I do want to show you some of the potential so you can see why we made her the way that we made her.
These bangs are cute. Are they longer than on the Fallon? They look like they are.
They're roughly about the same length.
I measured one at about 2.5 inches.
Yeah, they're roughly about the same length. They're both the micro bang. I've just got this pulled down just a little bit because I want it to kind of hit right there. So the hairline is right here, which is slightly like encroaching on the 4-finger rule there a little bit.
When is this going up on the site, says Kathleen?
As soon as I'm done making all the images of it and receiving the 4th box. We've got one more box arriving from the factory, and we have to basically do a count, do kind of like a quality check, and then we'll be putting them up on the site. I've got a lot of colors to show you guys for this style, so you guys are seeing it first. We haven't even put this one on Instagram yet, but I love this, and she'll be the exact same price as Ambrose. So, really, really beautiful. Okay. Do, 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 do.
And we've had a few comparisons to, let's see, what's the name of it? Siciliano.
You mean the Bell Trust wig? I don't actually think this looks like that much at all. I mean, they're short. They're both really short. But I think that this one is probably a little bit closer to something like Fresh Chic by Gabor in terms of the layering and how much curl there is. There's a lot of curl. And the shape of this is very specific. Like, I was definitely going for kind of like an 80s, early MTV VJ kind of vibe. I definitely had a muse in mind for that, you know, that kind of vibe. Like, the dress goes with the hair a little bit for this one. Alright, I think we're going to go ahead and move on to the next color, because I'm going to show you quite a few of this one.
Alright. Well, we've got more colours in the other style, but here is Harlow Blonde R.
Yes, okay, so this is a brand new color. That color was the Caramel Macchiato, for reference. That is not a new color, it's just a new style. This is Harlow Blonde. This is a brand new color that I made. And yeah, you can see the permatease on it. But again, when you play with it, it won't be such a big deal. This is a very creamy, beige, very, very pale blonde. You know, if I were going to compare this to something, I would say it's a little bit like Sunkissed Beige Rooted by Gabor. You know, kind of like in that wheelhouse. I wouldn't say that it's ashy, because I didn't intend it to be that way. And it's not a champagne. It's not nearly that gold. This is way more of a neutral, light blonde. And it has a kind of like a dark blonde root to it. And it is dynamic. So even though this is a wig at a lower price point, this is not a static color. It's kind of like a 61, 101 kind of blend. And then the root's kind of like a 14. I wanted it to be a really nice, soft blonde for folks who wanted, you know, something like the Nirvana blonde that would carry in Ambrose, but thought maybe that was a little too dramatic. This is like if you turned the saturation down and made it lighter, this is what you would end up with. So I'm just going to kind of play with this a little bit, but not much, because I want to see what you think of it kind of like out of the box. Maybe I'll shake up the next one a little bit more. I love this little baby bang though. It's just, they did a really great job of making it go right across. Just, it's a very specific look. It's definitely not as universal as the kind of bob that Ambrose is, but I love her. I just think she's really quirky. So let me show you this blonde up close so you can kind of see that it's not just like a one note sort of blonde. It's definitely a blend with that soft rooting. And I'm not afraid to show you the permatease. It's there either way, so might as well show it off a little bit. Another reason why I wanted to add that permatease to this wig in particular is because as short as this is, and as light as this color is, and as basic as this cap construction is, I did not want any of the cap features to show through. So the permatease kind of safeguards it a little bit.
Right, let's see. A lot of positivity for this. Kathleen says cross between CWAP and Bombshell Blonde.
Ooh. You know, that's not too far off, honestly. That's not too far off. I mean, I would say it's probably a little less gold than their resulting Love Child would probably be, because there's a little bit of a gold tint to both of those colors, just slightly, you know, ever so slightly. I would say this is probably even a little bit more neutral than that. But right around the same wheelhouse. Like, if anything, it's probably really similar to that Bombshell Blonde if you stripped out most of the gold undertone.
Kelly says, bangs are cute, but can you floof them to the side so we can see what else they do?
Oh, this particular bang definitely cannot be worn any other way. This is definitely meant to be worn down, but it can be kind of fluffy. So let me fix that a little bit.
And a kudos.
Technical difficulties. Come back. Can you see me? I hope you guys can see me. Okay, good. We had some technical difficulties for a moment, but I am back. I don't know exactly what happened there, but I'm just going to keep rolling with it. So you can see that I can fluff this up, and I can actually get some pretty decent height out of it if I just tickle the permatease under here a little bit.
I foresee a lot of photos on Moon Kitty from Kathleen in the future, says Deirdre.
She does a good job.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to, since I'm already fluffing this up a little bit, I'm just going to kind of part this off to the side a little bit. So, I mean, this cap is very, very basic. You can get a little bit of versatility there, as long as you don't mind the fact that you got to be careful not to expose the cap underneath. I wanted to keep the price down, obviously, so that's kind of the point of this line of wigs, is that we're trying to make sure that they're not super expensive. Like an alternative to something like the Hairdo brand, you know, where I want to keep the price down to a minimum, but still bring you quality. I don't know. I would like to think that I'm basically making choices in this regard that somebody who wears these would make. You know, because there are certain things I'm willing to get rid of to lower the price, as long as the overall effect is still good. So I'm going to move on to the next color, honey.
Alrighty, the next color is Peach Bellini.
Okay, this one looks really extreme in this wig. In fact, they made the rooting a little bit longer than I would have preferred, but I kind of like it. But just know it looks edgier on this wig than it does on Ambrose. Like it's real edgy. This definitely looks like I'm a 90s kid with this thing, even though I grew up in the 80s. Don't tell anyone. Shh. I'm turning 40, not 30, but no one needs to know but us. And everybody who sees this video from here to eternity, but whatever. I actually don't mind that it's pretty extreme, but just know that that is how this one comes in this style. It's a little less peachy and a little bit more what? Yeah.
Deirdre says, yes, give Hairdo a run for their money. Your quality is better.
Thank you. Yeah, this is one where I feel like this one's probably going to skew a bit younger than some of the other colors. Because even me, I'm like, wow, she's something. But I like it. I like it. It definitely has that peachy undertone. It's definitely very dramatic in this color.
Oh, Mary says, love the side part. Now I need a quirky color. Just you wait.
Oh, we've got more colors. Oh, yes. We have more colors.
Unfortunately, I think a bunch of the colors that you want to showcase are on that last shipment that hasn't arrived yet.
No, but we've
got the colors in another style, which we'll be showing shortly.
Yes, we've got representations of what these colors will look like. I need to stop spinning. I just really like spinning.
Who doesn't?
Turn me right round, baby, right round like a record playing. Can you give me a refill?
Yes.
Thank you.
This is the last of the cocktail, by the way.
Oh no. So just between you and me, how many shots of vodka are actually in here? Because I'm still fairly coherent.
I'd say there's about 2.5 shots in the whole jug, and I've drunk, I don't know, about 3/4 of a shot.
You know, I'm more impressed that I haven't had to pee yet. I'm a camel.
Well, I've been drinking a lot more liquid. I mean, besides the glass and a half of the cocktail, I also had the Midorian ginger ale and 2 bottles of water. So that's why I had to step out for a bit.
Oh, I wondered where you went. You were like a ninja.
No,
I was like, where did he go? I need
No,
more
I stepped
hair.
out twice. Once for that, and once for shutting off the lights.
Got
In
it.
the other room.
Got it. Well, may I have another one of these, please, honey?
Another one of what?
Another wig.
Oh, okay.
More wigs, please.
That's the Peach Bellini R.
Yeah, so I'm holding it up to the camera so they can see how this color looks different from the one on Ambrose.
Smoked Plum R.
This is the new color. This is kind of like that acai berry punch that I showed earlier, except it's less burgundy and it's a little bit more of like a very, very, very dark ashy plum color. But it's, I mean, if you look at the bottoms here, you can really see that it's definitely got a very cool undertone, and it doesn't have any gray in it or anything, but it's definitely got kind of like a dark smoky vibe to it. As opposed to the acai berry punch, which if you're not looking at them in person, it's kind of hard to tell, but the acai berry punch has a lot of like a really dark, vibrant purple in it. It's a very punchy color, hence why we called it that. But this one is a little bit more one note. It's definitely more of a fashion color than acai berry punch, because it's got almost the same color all throughout, and that color has kind of like, if I get closer, you can probably see it, where it has kind of like that kind of ashy, almost like a pink undertone to it. So it's not necessarily like dynamic because of the blend, it's dynamic because of the dye itself and the color that they're using.
Right. Let's have some more comments here. I think it's great with that emoji dress, says Serene. I think she's talking about the pink one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Pretty rock and roll, says Aaron.
Yeah, I like colors that are a little bit extra.
And Wendy says that's so cute.
So cute.
Thank you. I'm gonna fluff these bangs up just a little bit, and again, I'm just kind of like tickling it. I liked the idea of putting that permatease in there to give you options for the styling on top that might not have been there with styles like Ambrose. Because if you want it to be flat, it can be flat. You know, if you want it to be a little bit more voluminous, then now you've got some structural support to help prop that up. I love the curl pattern on this wig. I love the structure of it. It is so 1980s, it kills. Like, it's so, like, definitely funky 80s. I feel like I should be wearing overalls for some reason with this one, but like cute ones. I'm gonna kind of do this on the sides a little bit to kind of change the shape up a little bit so you can kind of see that that is an option. I like hairstyles that give you versatility to play. And it is heat friendly, so if you really don't like the curl, or you want to put a different curl in there, or you want to straighten different bits of it out, you can totally do that.
Heather Hershey, expert wig tickler, says Aaron.
Tickle, tickle, tickle. I'm trying to remember what that comes from.
Dunno.
No, there's this thing. Oh, it's the Witches of Eastwick.
Yeah.
Where they have that little segment where one of the characters, I think it might be Susan Sarandon's character, is like, tickle, 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 the little kids playing orchestra or something. Man, that is a long time ago. Did I mention I'm turning 40? I'm feeling pretty ancient some days. All right, well, if nobody has any questions about this color.
Okay, give me 1 second here. Let's see.
What do you got going on, honey?
Liz, I wouldn't. Steampunk friendly, says Deirdre. Girls just want to have fun.
Yes!
Says Bam. Let's see. I wouldn't touch that curl. It's a work of art, says Liz.
Thank you. I'm very happy with how this curl turned out.
Okay, that's the last of the Felixes we have.
Okay, this one again is called Felix. If you can't tell, and I noticed this after the fact, like, this is how I name my wigs. I put them on when I get the prototypes, and I'm like, what does this make me think of? And this one made me feel like this would be a chick named Felix. She's just cool. She likes to hang out. Like, you know, I feel like she would have a really cool vinyl collection or something like that. Like, we would go and get, like, really pretentious coffee drinks and then talk about jazz or something. I don't know. Like, I feel like she would be just really cool and kind of artsy.
I'm getting a very, very strong Scott Pilgrim vibe off her. What's her
Like
name?
Ramona Flowers.
Ramona
Yeah,
Flowers,
no,
yeah.
I knew that she was going to be just like somebody kind of cool, and that came into my head. And then after we settled on the name, I realized I named a wig Phoenix, and then I named a wig Felix. So subconsciously, I must really like that combination. I don't want to know what that says about me. Okay, so
We're now moving on to Ambrose.
moving on.
Ambrose, Harlow, Blonde, R.
So if you liked the Harlow Blonde and are all are all interested, boy, somewhere along the line that would have been a sentence.
I think the booze is starting to kick in.
Yes, Mary, I may be. So this is what she looks like on a slightly longer style. This is my Ambrose wig, and this is Harlow Blonde. Now this is a wig that has no permatease in it. It was intentionally made to not have permatease. So I'm just gonna play with her a little bit. You can tell that the brooding's just a little bit longer on this one, but it's still really nice and soft.
For to she who will not marry me shall never taste of joy. Sing, sing, the kegs imbue, and forward, my brave boys.
So what's that song called again, honey?
That's called Pass Around the Grog. And of course, being Devonian, I would know that song. But I heard it from a Cornish band, so a Cornish singing group, so the Fisherman's Friends.
Let me make sure my wig grip is secured. So the only part of this color that's really warm is in fact that rooting, which has a really nice sort of like honey blonde tint to it. It's kind of a dark honey blonde or like a light honey brown, however you want to interpret that. And that's what the top looks like. You can see that it's still pretty well covered here on top. I would not make this wig in a color that would expose the cap features. That's just not really something I'd be interested in. If it's not something I would wear, I'm not going to make it. But I think that this is a softer alternative to something like the Nirvana Blonde. Nirvana Blonde, I definitely had a concept in mind when I made that color. I was like, I want this to look like a 90s high lift blonde. But when I made this, I wanted it to look soft. I wanted it to look like, you know, a really pretty high lift blonde that wasn't quite as high lift and had some toner applied to it. So it's a very pretty, and it's probably a little bit more approachable for a lot of folks than that Nirvana Blonde color. So, but you guys have seen this color, you've seen this wig, so I'm probably gonna move on to a different one. I just want to show you what she looked like. So let me do one more little turn, a little shake of the head dance.
Serene had to drop out to go get her dog from the groomer, so she says happy birthday and thanks for inviting us.
You're very welcome, and thank you for joining us.
Nigel, you should try doing James Mason. I'm already doing James Mason.
Yes.
Right, okay, another wig. We have Ambrose in the very popular Ravens and Roses.
Oh, they know what this one looks like. They've seen this one before. I'll plop it on while you hand me another one.
They want to see it, I'm sure.
Okay. This is Ravens and Roses again. I love this color. We're getting a restock of this in, which is why he handed it to me. It's in the shipment. But I love this color. It's really pretty. It's like super dark brown, like a midnight brown color with like a really intense red. It's similar to something like the Chocolate Cherry by John Renault or even that dark purple flame, except no purple. This one's literally just black and red. Go Bulldogs! All right, hand me another one, honey.
This is Denim Fade
Yeah,
R.
here's a new color for you. Just stick to the new ones.
Well, okay, well, just a minute.
Okay, so, because my head's getting sore, honey.
Okay.
There's a lot of wigs to put on and off. I love this color, and I kept hoping that one of the brands that we were working with would come out with like a really pretty denim blue, and none of them really seemed to. The closest thing was something like that Glacier from John Renault, which is more like Smurf blue. I'm here for it. I'm here for blue raspberry Smurf. I love wacky color, so I was feeling it. But it's not the easiest color to wear, And I think that making it a little bit more of like a gray gunmetal with a little bit of that denim in there made it easier to wear, at least for me. So
I think Deirdre really likes the Ravens and Roses. I might be wrong on that.
Ravens and Roses is a really fun color, and it's easy to wear. It's one of the easier ones to wear of the bunch I created.
Gina says, "Happy birthday! Sorry I'm late to the party."
That's all right. It's nice to have you with us. This is the what's this one called? Denim Fade?
Denim Fade R.
Denim Fade R. And it is definitely like a denim blue, like a dark wash denim with like a gunmetal gray blue, like a slate blue almost here at the bottom. And the root is a dark brown. It's like a number 2. But the root's not terribly long on this color, on this wig. Honey, what are they saying about it?
Let's see. That's the best blue I've seen, hands down. Take my money. Love that blue. Love that blue. Love it. So cool, etc. Yeah, I think you're. I think it's becoming very popular.
It's such a fun color. And I was so sad because this has been trendy for a while and nobody was really offering it. And it looks really killer on Ambrose.
I need Felix in this color. Dang, another wig I have to get. Love. Best blue. Love that blue. Take my money.
Thank you. I love this color. I think that because it's not quite as bright, because it's got a little gray blended into it, and it kind of melts from that really dark brown into the dark denim into like that kind of faded, like gunmetal gray color. It kind of really just tells an interesting color story, and it works really well with this lip gloss I'm wearing. So
yes, it's fantastic. Oh yeah, Felix. So fun.
Well, this one's Ambrose, isn't it?
That's Ambrose.
Yeah, this is Ambrose.
One much more approachable than the Melted Ocean. Wanty.
I wanted to love the Melted Ocean so much. That is another one where I was like, this is gonna be the most epic color. And then I put it on, I was like, this looks like a costume wig. Like, I wanted to make a color that was like that in concept, but wasn't as shiny. So, heat-friendly fiber all the way. But that also, you know, wasn't going to look like the way the Melted Ocean is laid out bums me out, because it's like, same thing with the Melted Sunset. I wish they were both more like Melted Marshmallow, where it was like this color, where it was like, you know, dark, and then it melts, and like tri-tone color, as opposed to layered with just the rooting on top, and then that shock yellow at the bottom, like with Melted Sunset, or the blue at the bottom, like Melted Ocean. It's like they don't even bother rooting the hair in the back, and it just kind of looks kind of like you can't do anything with it aside from wear it down. You know what I mean? Because it's not rooted in the back.
Okay, Heather, we're getting some blurriness on the camera.
Oh no. Let me see if it'll focus.
Are we gonna do the denim fade in Felix as well?
I don't know yet. I would have to check my records. We're only doing a limited color run on Felix because I'm testing the style first. With
okay.
Ambrose is the one where we're more likely to come out with the brand new colors to see if they work, because I know that people really like the style, so it's easier.
If you click the little cog
Okay.
icon, you can. Okay. This is Strawberry Shake.
This is Strawberry Shake. Okay, this is a new pink. I wanted to come up with something that was going to be like the denim fade, but for people who like pinks better than blues. So I think that this will be a really nice one for Kathleen, for example. This is a warm alternative to something like that. It is a tritone pink color, unlike a tritone denim blue color. So this one is another version of a melted color. It's got the same sort of pretty warm, light honey brown slash dark honey blonde front that the Harlow blonde has on it, that melts into a very dynamic sort of pretty pink color. It's not quite peachy, it's more like, it's not quite like a baby pink either. It's got a bunch of different pink colors in it. It does have baby pink, like a whisper pink here at the bottom, but it's got like 3 or 4 different colors of pink here in the middle section, kind of blended together to make it kind of vibrant. And then it just kind of fades gently into this very pretty sort of whisper pink. Now this is a brand new wig, so you saw I probably had just a little bit of shedding there, but really this one doesn't shed that much. And I have not even tried this one on yet. This is one that I just got from the factory, and we just put up. I think we will be putting this one up. I don't know if we've had it listed, but all these things are coming very soon, within like the next month. So this is delicious. I love this color. I love all these colors. That's why I'm making all these colors. But that's what the top of that looks like. And this is the side, and it's the same blend all the way around. Same thing with the denim fade, same blend all the way around. Any comments, honey?
Yeah, just typing in one while you're talking. Part of the ship.
Well, tell me what I can answer for anybody, honey.
Well, no, that's what I was answering. You were talking. You were doing important talky things, so I'm answering the question. Is when will these be available? I just said very soon.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's stunning. I must have. Yep, it is gorgeous heather.
Very,
it
very
should
cool.
be called Kathleen.
Kathleen.
Color name is Strawberry Shake R.
Yes.
Strawberry Shake R, ladies and gentlemen.
Like a melted strawberry sundae. All right, next one.
Right, the penultimate one is Smoked Plum R again.
We're going to show you the smoked plum in this one. It's going to be easier to see how this one is not acai berry punch when I put this one on, because the slightly gray, pinky, subtle mauve, kind of like a dark mauve undertone is really going to poke through, I think. In the longer color a little bit more easily than it was on, or on the longer style than it was on Phoenix, or Felix. See, that's going to get me in trouble. I should have thought ahead on that one. But it is what it is. It's too late now. Besides, Felix is a cute name too. I like unisex sounding names.
Oh, I need this. Heather, you outdid yourself.
Oh,
Says Kathleen.
Oh, with which one? The strawberry shake or this one?
I think she means the plum one.
I love purples. I'm always trying to reinvent the wheel and find new purples because I could never have too much purple hair in my life. The first wig I ever bought was basically a purple wig that glowed in the dark. True story. I bought it when I was 19. It's got a prominent place in my Love Shack set next door. But yeah, this is what smoked plum R looks like. I mean, I think that compared to the acai berry punch, this one may be a little harder to pull off in an office just because it does definitely look like a little bit more of an unconventional color compared to this acai berry punch. At least acai berry punch still is recognizably kind of a burgundy color, and it definitely looks pretty high class, like even in fluorescent lighting. This one is meant to look edgy. It's meant to look, you know, like a trendy, funky dyed color by comparison. So while there are similarities and they're both in like the dark purpley red category, dark red violet category, this one's definitely different. Has kind of that mauve undertone to it. So
okay,
love it.
Wendy's gonna have to get a second job, she says.
I feel you. My wig collection has taken over the entire upstairs of my home. I feel you.
We've got one more.
One more.
One more, and you're gonna love this. You were someone was asking about really wild colors. Prepare yourself for Paradise Pink Rooted.
This is Paradise Pink. I'm super stoked about this. I was inspired by a color I saw in a wig called Nakia, I believe, by Bobby Boss, I want to say. But the thing is, they only made it in one style. And I was like, that wig color needs to live forever and ever and ever. So I made it. And I actually added more underlighting. So this is our Rose Blush Rooted, but it has purple and teal underlighting. I know, right? Okay, so I'm gonna put this one on, but before I do, I want to flip it so you can really see how vibrant that underlighting is. So this is upside down. Look at it. It's so magical. It's so magical.
How wonderful. Buying this now, says Erin. You are killing me, says Danielle.
I love these crazy colors. They're basically my lifeblood. They're one of the best parts of what I do for a living is getting to make these kind of fun colors. So I'm so happy you guys like some of them.
Deirdre says, I don't think you guys have enough variety. And for those of you who don't like variety, there's variety. Monty Python reference there for you folks.
So that's what the back of that looks like. It's just like cacao. And then when I turn around, it's like cacao. It's even more. Makes me want chocolate now.
Used to be the capital of Poland, I think.
It's cacao.
Joke. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I sleep all night and I work all day. Who else is doing this? No one. No one is half as creative. Jeez, says Liz.
Thank you. I love this, and I want to make this in more styles too. So if you guys like it, we may have to invent more wigs just to make an excuse to carry colors like this. Because I keep trying to reach out to the brands we carry, but you know, they really enjoy predominantly making natural looking colors, which there is always going to be a place for natural looking wig colors, obviously. But I'm trying to fill a niche where, you know, perhaps it's a little overlooked by some of the brands we carry, where, you know, maybe it's hair that's not quite as expensive. You know, I could have gone, by the way, with like the route that a lot of wig stores do these days, where they specialize in like really high-end, you know, like Milano Collection or Uniwigs, where they specialize in like really high-end human hair wigs. But
you do you, Heather. We love you.
thank you. Like,
Says Aaron.
I prefer synthetics personally because I'm real lazy. I don't like having to style my hair. I don't like having to blow it out. I have several human hair wigs. I almost never wear them. And if Ella Chan is watching, she actually gifted me a beautiful Milano wig once that is one of my favorite human hair wigs, and I still never wear it. But it's beautiful. I use it as a display piece in my set. So thank you to Ella if she's watching this. But, you know, I just can't be bothered. I just can't. And I know there have to be other people out there like me who just want fun stuff that they don't have to think about, that they can just plop on their hair. And if they live in high humidity areas like me, because I live in Georgia, the humidity is real, like all year round, especially this time of year. I don't want to walk outside thinking I'm perfectly coiffed and have it go boom. You know, because to be honest, no matter how much product you put in a wig, a human hair wig, if you live in a high humidity area, it only takes a few hours of exposure to those kind of elements, and then the extreme air conditioning that shortly follows it when you run from one indoor area to another. It's really an extreme time of year here. It's like, grab a sweater and take it with you. This is like weird definition of sweater weather, but you basically have to run from one air conditioned place to another, and they're all like 50 to below zero. They're like refrigerators on the inside. And human hair reacts to all of those changes in atmosphere and temperature and humidity levels, and just kind of blows up after a bit. I can't be bothered. So I'm trying to find, you know, slightly less expensive stuff that more people can collect without having to break the bank, particularly now that this pandemic is upon us. And that way you don't have to think about it. You can store this in the box forever. Forever. Like, you might end up with some cold crimp. And honestly, the ones that don't come in boxes, like Felix and Ambrose, they may even have cold crimping when you first break them out of the box, but all you have to do is get them wet and put them on a head form to dry, and that comes right out because it's just from them being folded up in the packaging. We skimped on packaging, like tissue inserts and stuff like that, to intentionally help keep the price down. Because I personally, as a wig collector, am happy to have that kind of trade-off. I don't mind a little cold crimping, particularly in a heat-friendly wig, because it's easy to fix. So, sermon over. I just wanted you to know the thought process that went into some of this stuff. Do we have any more wigs to showcase?
No, that's the last one.
That's
but
it?
I've got some comments. Let's see. Mary says, well, I guess food and a roof over my head is overrated. Sigh. to which, where is it was? Deirdre says, you will look great though, Mary.
True.
Liz says the extreme heat is right where she is, around 100 degrees.
Same.
In the 60s, I wore human hair when Ava Gabor came out with synthetic. I was told no human hairs for me. I am lazy. Dory says, I totally agree. Bought one human hair, spent thousands, never ever wear it. Only synthetic for me.
Same. I have multiple human hair wigs, and they're so pretty. They're so pretty. They're like Barbie hair, and they feel great, especially when you first get them. And that's too much work.
Elisa says, Human hair is so hard. I tried. I have a hard time enough modifying synthetic. I'm hairstyling impaired.
Yeah.
Liz says none of my Fridas came in boxes, just bags.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of companies are now gravitating towards that model because it saves them on shipping. So.
I'm in San Francisco and am hot. Don't brag. I don't know how the rest of you do it. Air conditioning and going around in my boxers mostly.
I can vouch for that. I get a lovely show all the time.
Liz says my Fridas are on special wig heads. Love touching them, not wearing.
Same. I've got like 3 of them in there, and they're delicious. But yeah, I mean, I do wear my Dania, and my friend Ronnie, when he got married to his husband Nunzio last year, he requested that I wear my Dania because he liked that one a lot because of the color and how, you know. I think also the cachet value. He was like, "Oh, wear your fancy human hair wig." I was like, "Oh, okay." But if I had my choice, I wouldn't have done that. I would have probably picked a synthetic, like a Kendall from Henry Margu. That one is one that looks dressed up without being fussy. I like it. Oh, speaking of
Liz
Kendall.
loves her Dania, but it's still so hot.
Same. Yeah. I agree. I mean, but he got married in October last year, so that was an easy thing to put on. The weather was gorgeous for his wedding, by the way. But I talked in the last live stream, and I'll probably wrap it up on this note, that, so I don't know if you want to join me, honey.
Okay, Deirdre says, where do you get your sequin backdrop?
Oh, I bought almost all of the stuff that's behind me from Amazon. Almost everything. So, lights, all of it. I mean, it took a billion years to cobble together the right pieces. They can just see torso, honey.
That's all I am, basically. I'm a torso.
Sexy torso.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Hello. I like
Leaving
you.
Lepidoptera. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. He wants to do this in
No, I didn't necessarily. I just... Go ahead. You were saying.
I forgot what I was saying.
Sorry,
Oh,
about
Kendall.
Frida? Oh,
Kendall by Henry Margu. I reached out to them and I was like, hey, can I make some of these 2400H that I showed you in the last live stream? And they're gonna make them for me. So I'm gonna bring those to you in the fall. When I get the prototypes, I'll show you what they look like. But I kept one when they used to offer that wig in that color because I like that combination so much. And in fact, you can see it right now if you go to the website and look at the listing for Kendall, because the video or review I did for the wig is in that color. And then they discontinued it. So now I have people who are like, that's a beautiful copper. Where can I get that? I'm like, but now I can tell them that we will be carrying it in a limited edition run for the fall. And it is glorious in that color. It is really, really special, and it will look amazing if we can get it in time for Thanksgiving and the holiday season for folks. So that's another happy thing I wanted to report to you guys.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff cooking up. We'll probably have more to show later on. So if this didn't whet your appetite or satiate your hunger for new things, we've got more stuff. I'm constantly working on new stuff. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for your feedback. Once the stream ends, if you have more thoughts or more comments, or you want to, suggest new ideas for colors, throw them at me in the comments. I want to hear all of it. I'm very receptive to it. When you guys say bring me a light rooted blonde, bring you light rooted blondes. When you say, hey, I love pinks, I bring you more pinks. So I'm really trying to pay attention and hone in on not only the stuff that people are buying, but the stuff that they're asking for, and seeing where those two roads meet. So is there anything that you wanted to add?
Not particularly, unless, let me just have a quick look at the comments, because I've seen a lot flaring up here.
Oh boy.
Happy birthday. Thank you, Nigel. You two are fabulous. Thank you, Deirdre. Happy Heather. Great party, Nigel. You're awesome. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Robin. Love my Kendalls. Yay, Kendall. Cannot wait.
Kendall's a good one, for sure.
I want a room decorated like your makeup studio.
That took a while too, but it was basically all of my teenage fantasies of what I wanted my bedroom to look like threw up on a wall.
You two are so stinking cute, says Robin. Lisa says, thank you both for inviting us all to celebrate you. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
Have a great day, you two. Happy birthday, Heather.
Thank you.
Wendy says, love you guys. This has been so fun. Happy birthday, Heather. Liz Lyons, lots of sparkle gift balloon emojis with cake.
It's like a glitter explosion.
Happy birthday, Heather. Thanks, Nigel. It was fun. Had a great time. Nigel, you were adorable. Thank you, Susan. So much fun, guys. Thank you for sharing with us.
Thank
you
you
are
guys.
The bestest, says Dory. Sister Wigs rock. Thanks, Nigel. Happy birthday, Heather. Had a great time at the party. Thanks for sharing your birthday celebration. Excellent.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up, and I probably need to go eat something because I've gone through most of a pitcher of a delicious cocktail concoction.
And I haven't eaten anything yet today, so...
Yeah, so we need to get on that, and we may have to have something indulgent that's birthday themed. Yay!
Hooray.
So thank you so much for joining us, everybody. I
indeed.
hope you enjoyed my little birthday wig party, and we look forward to doing this again for you sometime.
Yes, indeed.
Bye,
Take it
everybody.
easy. Bye.